in some cases, your leg in staph, some people die from staph if you don't treat it.
Really bad.
Really?
But he actually said your swelling, the amount of swelling you have, you probably weren't far off getting your leg amputated.
Welcome back to FireCast with my two co-hosts who have now returned. The team is back together. This week we celebrated International Women's Day. And remember, ladies, you have that holiday because us men allowed it.
I can feel it.
We're back, baby. Let's go. How are we? Boys, how the fuck are we?
Fucking good.
Joey.K, you're
Good.
back, man. What's
I'm
going
back.
on, bro?
Fucking clear. Didn't have any Bali belly. Nothing.
Yeah,
I mean,
so.
well, not nothing, but yeah, just collected some golden stuff on the way.
DZ, how you going?
Good, man. Always
Feeling
good.
good? Feeling good?
Always good, my friend.
So, I mean, let's get into it. Culture shock. Have you been to
bro.
Bali before or?
Nah, never. Like, I've always heard about Thailand, Bali, whatever. I don't know which one was better than the other. But yeah, I just thought Bali, in my head, Bali seemed like the cleaner place, even though it's like highly polluted also. But I feel like out of the two, depends what kind of holiday you're going for as well. You know what I mean? I feel like if you're a single young bloke and you want to, I think Thailand is like definitely the way to go.
A bit
A
more
lot of
like
lady boys.
Yeah, but I feel like if you're going with your missus as well, or you're not as into the partying as much, Bali I feel like has, but I can't speak on Thailand, but I feel like has more culture. But that's like, I haven't experienced Thailand, you know what I mean? So that's me just, I've only experienced Bali.
I can see that though. I can see Bali is more like a chill atmosphere, whereas Thailand's a bit rowdier. I
Yeah,
feel.
you do have rowdy parts like Kuta and this and that, but it's like, it's not as, I wouldn't think it's as like kind of grungy. Is it grungy, the word?
Yeah.
Like dirty.
Down and dirty.
Yeah.
I mean, well, I've been to Thailand years ago. It was me, Chloe, Mobsy, and Mobsy's ex-girlfriend at the time. Man, that was a fucking rude shock, bro. Like, bro, like that first night we landed, bro, none of us, like, we hated it.
Yeah.
We hated it, bro. We were walking, there was like people getting in our faces and shit. And back then I wasn't as like out there as I am now. So I was a bit more of a reserved, shy guy.
Yeah. Oh, that's the worst for reserved shy guys.
Yeah,
'Cause
that's
they
why.
grab you to try to get you to buy shit, bro.
That's why I'd love to go back now with how I am now because I'd be fucking having a hoot. But I was kind of like, what the? I'm like, I don't want to leave my hotel the next night. This is fucking garbage. And then we're like, all right, look, let's maybe have a couple of drinks and like loosen up a little bit and we'll go out again. And it was fucking awesome. The fucking awesome couple nights out, man. We're getting fucking drunk as fuck. We're just bar hopping and shit. It was cheap as fuck too. Like we were getting fucking lit for like $20. It was fucking sick.
What year did you go?
Oh, I couldn't even tell you, bro. It was when I went to Hong Kong to visit Moby when he first moved away.
That
would have been a mad trip.
You know what
Sick.
I didn't know until recently. Weed's completely legal over there. They have it like in the shops and shit. You can buy it on the corner shops and shit. Was it legal when you went?
I can't remember. I don't think so.
Oh yeah, it is. Yeah, because like Tai Tuivasa is opening his own Buds, Bam Bam Buds, like weed shop in Thailand because it's cheap as they're smart. Because
Yeah, it's cheap.
in Bali. It's a lot of Muslim and Hindu population, and that shit there doesn't fly.
They'll chop your
But
head off.
we did go to one of the islands called Gili T. That's the short version. It's like Gili Tawanga or something. It's like an island just off Bali, and it's the only place where there's no police, no policia at all. That's not how they say police. I think that's Spanish, but whatever.
Yeah, police.
Yeah. And no police or nothing. And they allow mushrooms and weed, right? So me, Tori, Sarah, and Dylan, we went, like, that's who we went with. We're at this cocktail bar, 4 for $20 Australian, right? So 4. You pay 22 for a bloody
For one.
margarita in a
one,
short
yeah.
glass or something. You know what I mean? Like, so we had those. We were just doing rounds. And after like the 6th round, we were like pretty drunk. But I will say Bali alcohol seems like it's watered down, but that's another story.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But like we had those, and then I said to the owner, I'm like, after like just kind of half cut, and I'm like, oh, do you know where I can get any mushrooms or like, a bit of weed? And thinking he'd be like, oh no, and like trying to downplay it.
Can you get any DMT?
Yeah.
He's like right here.
Yeah, and then, but he goes, oh yeah, wait 1 sec, I'll be back. So 10 minutes later, another guy, a mate of his, comes back, sits down next to me with a joint. Like he starts smoking on this joint, and I'm like, what the fuck? Didn't even know that he had anything to do with the owner at all. Then the owner comes up next to me and he's like, I'm looking at him, and I look at him like this, and he's just like, oh yeah, like as in hey, this is the guy kind of thing. And I'm like, oh shit, and he was like food testing it in front of me almost. He's like, and he's like, looking at it. And I'm just like
good.
Yeah. I'm like, he goes, you want something? And I'm like, I love weed, as you know, but at the same time, there's a time and a place of the night. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to smoke early on in the night. It's just going to kind of like I don't know, time and a place. I'd rather drink and just enjoy myself.
And then
without
At the end.
yeah, because then I can mellow out at the end. So I'm like, oh, no, it's all good. I trust you. Looked like seedy as, like shit as weed. I was like, whatever. He comes back, though, with these wet mushrooms, so not even dried out. So they were, it looked like blue. They look like blue cheese. So you know how blue cheese is like white and blue with a bit of blue in it? Mm-hmm. There's a certain name for those mushrooms. I don't know what they're called, but they were like that. You just picked them from the garden. They weren't dried out. And he had them in little banana leaf cones, right? And then I poured one out because I didn't know how much it was. And he goes, 3 each, like for me and my mate, Dylan Evans. And I'm like, oh, nah, like it's all good. He's like, oh, you big boys try to like butter us up. You big boys, you can handle it, like whatever.
No.
But he's trying to make more money. And I'm like, and then Dylan pours one out of on his hand and it fills up his whole palm, these shrooms. So that times 3, right, in one.
Oh my God.
And then we're just like, no, I don't know. And I'm like, I might do 2 grams. I might do 2 cones, sorry, of the banana leaf fucking, what they were there. And he's just like, nah, you're all right. I'm like, fuck it, whatever. I got over it. I was like, just give it, hit us. Yeah. So he blended it up in a beautiful tasting cocktail, like with pineapple juice and all this shit and a bit of alcohol.
Oh,
but you could not taste the shrooms. It was the only time. I've done the shrooms about 4 times in my life. And that was the only time I actually enjoyed ingesting shrooms because I could not even taste it.
Yeah.
So we have a bit. Tori has one long sip of mine. Not too long, but long enough, like big mouthful. And Sarah has a bit of Dylan's, but me and Dylan have predominantly the most of it. We get 200 meters down the road on bikes because they only do bicycles and donkeys. You go on the back of donkeys. You go on the back of donkeys or you ride bikes. You don't get motor car. There's no cars on the island. So we're riding down this street to like 200 meters max, right, to the club, the little reggae bar we're going to. And then within 200 meters, because the pineapple juice, it's citrusy, right? So it acts as like a stomach bile or stomach acid.
Yeah.
So it actually breaks down the psilocybin in the mushrooms prior to entering your body, therefore hitting you faster
way quicker.
and harder. But it lasts half the amount of time.
That's good.
Yeah. Okay. That's what you want.
Unbeknownst to me, we're already half pissed. We don't even make the correlation of citrus and stomach acid. Well, yeah, why would we? We're in Bali. And then so we just walk 200 meters on the bike. I pull over and then we end up getting out. And then Tori's like, oh, I feel a bit sick. And that's because like it's your body trying to reject the psilocybin. You know what I mean? And I'm like, no, it's all good. You're good. I'm like, oh shit, she's feeling it. Says is like there. She's like looking at the lights off, staring at she's like, those lights look funny. And I'm like, what? And I'm looking at the lights going like, this bitch is tripping. And we're both just like,
she's right,
bro. And I feel like everyone, like Tori started getting paranoid after a while. So I've never heard Tori laugh like that. Yeah. Till she had the tummy giggles. You know, you get like the giggly ass. Yeah. And then she was just like hurled over, just laughing, like crying almost. And then after a while, every time someone would laugh or in the background or someone she'd think it was aimed at us and everyone was looking at us. And I'm like, no one's looking at us.
No.
But like when you're tripping and you're feeling, so abnormal. Like if someone spiked you with shrooms, you'd freak the fuck out because it's like you're so aware of your own vessel and anything else that comes inside that. Like it was so funny watching the hagglers come up to the girls because the hagglers are like, oh, buy this, buy that, buy this. You're always so nice. Like, no, thank you, no, thank you. They come up to the girls when they were tripping, right? They're walking, they're walking this, and they'll be like, oh, you want this, you want that? And they wouldn't even acknowledge them. Like they go, you want this? Usually you go, no, thank you. But they're like, like and they're just going no, and they really like
they're tripping the fuck out.
Next minute, bro, we're outside. This story will finish soon.
Go on.
But we're outside the reggae bar because they got too much for Dylan, and he goes, oh, I'm going for a cruise, whatever that meant, right? I didn't even realize what he said, but I was like, a cruise? Like, are you walking? Like, is it a cool walk? Like, a cruise is like I'm going for he's definitely not driving anywhere.
What the hell?
Anyway, and I don't even second guess it. And then Sez goes out with him and me and Tori just in the reggae bar, just us two. Next minute, Sez runs around the corner like, Joey, screams. And then I'm like, and like looks at me like something happened. I'm like, holy shit. I feel like I sobered up, ran out there thinking he was in a punch on or whatever. He's on his haunches. He's just collapsed in the middle of the street, like sweating, bro. Like apparently fell on kind of Sez, and Sez kind of had to like kind of lower him, but he kind of still fell. And there's a local guy trying to pick him up. So I get on the other side of him, pick him up. He looks like he's been in like the sauna, bro, or you woke up from a horrible nightmare.
Fucked him.
Yeah, bro. But then I find out later, McCann apparently said that like Dylan Evans is known for fainting on shrooms, and I think Tori Laws told me this after some point. Yeah,
damn, that's so random.
Yeah. And then I was like, "Are you serious? That's exactly what happened." Because I was telling Tori Laws, she was over at mine getting a haircut, and she was saying that, and I'm like, "That's so strange you say that," because for someone that's so spiritually in tune, like Dylan Evans is, he's pretty spiritually in tune. He's all for the mushrooms, but I thought you know, he could handle himself, but obviously, you know, alcohol, this and that. There was a lot of shrooms as well, man. Like,
Well, yes. I mean,
and he after he fainted, we obviously went home. But I was that guy that was like, yeah, we'll go home. And then I was like, leaving. I wanted to stay, bro. But no one forgives the guy that's like, hey, I know you just fainted, but
can we stay out? Yeah.
I'm like, he's like half dead. I'm like, yeah.
You're dragging him.
Have you ever done shrooms?
No, I haven't. No.
Ever?
No.
We tried to once, but it didn't work.
Loser. No, I'm joking.
I'll do psychedelics one day. Never done any psychedelics.
Oh, wow.
Tried DMT, tried mushrooms, didn't work both times.
Right.
Both fucked
Wow.
them both.
I've only got 2 stories when it comes to mushrooms. The first story, all right, apologies to mum, because I know she listens to this.
Comes out the ground. It's natural, right? You go in your fucking backyard, pick it off cow shit.
First time I did shrooms, all right, it was during our party days where we were, you know, heavy into the partying, and we decided to chuck some shrooms in the mix. Like, yeah, we'll try them, whatever. So then we bought between like 10 of us, it was like maybe 18 or 19 grams of shrooms. It was a fucking shit ton, right?
Bro.
It was heaps. We basically bought the dealer out. We bought him out. So we get back to the fucking house we're hanging out. It was like this shitty ass apartment in Oxley Park and shit. It was real rough, but we were having a mad time. We're in there and we're trying to figure out how to eat these things. So we're fucking putting them in orange juice. We're blending them. We're fucking cunts are trying to roll them up and smoke them and shit. Like we're like cunts are shit's getting crazy. So I'm fucking just drinking them in orange juice, and then I end up just going fuck, and I'm feeling nothing for ages. I'm like fuck this. So I just start eating them.
How long's ages though? How long did you wait?
Oh, probably like an hour.
Okay.
I'll start eating it. They were just shit shrooms.
Oh, okay.
And then literally nothing until I decided to drive home that night. Like, not that night, like 3 a.m. the next morning. I'm like, all right, fuck this. I'm over this bender. I'm going home. Get in my car, start driving. And then all of a sudden, I just start seeing all these flashing lights come across the thing of my windshield, like my windscreen. I'm going, fuck. I'm like, fuck. So I pulled over and I'm like, all right, I'm just sitting there, just chilling. I'm like, fuck, I want to go home, but I can't obviously drive like this. And then it just disappeared, gone, and I was fine. Drove home like one went.
Did it start again when you drove again or not? Okay.
No.
How funny if it would have been if every time you accelerated,
Yeah,
it was like some high being was like, don't drive, you fool.
You're trapped there.
The second time I had an encounter with shrooms, you should remember this.
Yeah.
Camping.
Yeah. Holy shit. That was wild.
That was scary.
yeah.
So we went camping, right? We were about like 15 of us.
You went camping in hell. And
And it was like this
Right.
shit weather. It was like, it wasn't even like the time. Wasn't it not the time for it,
It
as
was
well?
like
It was like
freezing cold.
Yeah.
Bro. So we got these shrooms, right? And then we divided them up equally between everyone that was there. So it ended up working out that everyone got 3 grams each on the dot. Like, happy days. We're sitting there, we're going, all right. And we're all contemplating, do we eat all 3 grams? Or do we sort of just chew? And half of us are going, nah, let's just bomb all of it. And then I'm kind of on the fence. I'm like, oh, I don't like psychedelics too much. And the boys are going, nah, we'll just bomb it. The other half going, nah, we'll just kind of have half. So we ended up only having half. We had a group agreement, 1.5 grams each. How bad did we all start fucking tripping
Oh my
out on just
God.
1.5 grams?
Yeah.
I'm so glad we
You
did
ran
not.
to the top of that hill. Remember when you just found you
Bro.
found a patch of grass and you all like decided like,
Bro.
yeah, this is a mad. And don't get me wrong, it looked mad, but you know how like
We were
when you're on
stuck up
shrooms,
there.
it's like exaggerated.
We were stuck up there,
Yeah.
bro. Like shit, cunts were like vomiting and shit in each corner of the camp. So like cunts are rolling around in the grass, bro. Minnie was running like fucking Jack Sparrow down this hill, bro. Like it was fucking.
That's funny, the Jack
insane.
Sparrow run.
Yeah, never again.
And then
Never again.
Ash was losing her mind. Remember? And then
poor
you and I
Mi-
think Josh was like, I think Josh and someone else were like, they thought they were helping her, but they were tripping
making
her out
it worse.
worse
Yeah, yeah.
because like they were really giving into like the fact that they were tripping, right? And I think Ash was maybe struggling to come to terms with that. You know, sometimes you're like, oh, you don't accept it. I think she was just scared, and I think Tori came up and both Tories.
Tori was Tori was getting aggressive, trying
And
to
she's
help
like,
her.
no, she needs to come with me. She needs to go to the Josh is like, why would you do that? Like, why would you take her away? Like,
Keep her here. Like,
Yeah.
cunts are yelling at each other. It was getting intense, man. And then I'm just sitting there just going, fuck this shit. I'm like, I hate this shit. I hate psychedelics.
we had these games that we were playing, like
We didn't even do one game, eh?
it was like tug of war with everyone, like different group games that got
Yeah.
everyone involved, kind of thing. And we got through about 4, and I think we had like
Not even
2. I think
we did 2 games and then we
had
gave
like
up.
4 left or something.
like,
and, then,
fuck this.
and then they started eating them during the day, and I was like, this can either go one or two ways.
Yeah.
That we could either have a mad, and the next minute, as I was thinking that, it's just everyone just like.
Laying down, vomiting and shit. Eh? It was
Yeah.
fucking intense.
Do you remember
man.
that? But I don't know why. Do you remember the thornberries?
Mm.
the wild thornberries with that.
Oh, Donnie,
Kid, the Donnie.
Donnie's
I just
thornberry.
imagine that for some reason. Like
that's what it was.
Yeah,
That's
it was smashing.
that's literally what it was, bro. It was fucking awesome,
Yeah.
man. It was good fun. Good fun. Do you have any points written down or anything? What do you got?
I think so.
Because I should start writing down points. I should really
just
start writing down
definitely,
points.
bro.
So like, do you just like as well? Like, if something comes to you as well? Like,
Yeah, anything.
Sometimes I think it's like funny during the week
Yeah.
or something, and I'm
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
oh,
Bro,
that's-
anything.
that's-
Note it down.
Funny, interesting, whatever, man.
Yeah.
I got something a little interesting. Kind of reminds me of your camping trip a little bit. So, okay, so ants, right? You know, ants communicate with pheromones, right? That's how they communicate, and that's how they know what to do. Pheromones, right? But when ants lose track of the pheromones and they don't know where to go anymore, they just start following the ant in front of them.
Oh, right.
And what can sometimes happen is they call it an ant death spiral. And when they lose the pheromones and they just start following the leader, they get lost in a circle that lasts forever. They keep going until they die of exhaustion because they don't know
Wow.
what to do.
Oh, so there's always one guy that starts that.
Well,
Technically,
they lose track of the pheromones somehow. The largest death spiral they ever found was 90 meters in diameter.
Oh,
3
what?
football fields. Ants doing this until they died of
Oh
exhaustion.
my word.
and the more that would enter that death spiral, the more that would kind of follow, right? Because there's more to follow. So all you need is like you have already a big group of ants, and then like following each other, and they're just in the circle, and then more just come on. You know what I mean?
That's how it happens. Like they'll go from the nest to do whatever they do, and while they're on the mission, they somehow lose track of who's leading the mission or what pheromones to follow, and they just start following the one in front, and the one in front's following the
I
one
wonder
in
if
front.
this
and they
one.
just
I
start
wonder
doing
if it's because of this one ant. He gets high as fuck too regularly, and he just loses track of where he is. You know,
Is that
all the
what-
time. It's some stoner ant's just like.
what am I doing today? Next minute, he's got 90 million
He
dudes
causes a
behind him.
death spiral.
90 million.
God.
Like, oh, fuck, I started that shit.
Yeah, I thought that was fucking great.
Yeah,
It's
what
kind
the
of like
fuck?
a camping trip. You'll just lose your mind.
Oh yeah,
Track of what you're
100%.
doing.
Luckily, we
everyone's
came
just
back. Yeah, it was more like just a trip spiral instead of a death spiral.
Yeah, that was fucking crazy, man. That was fucked. What about so because going back to when you went to Bali, because when I went to Thailand, the whole culture shock was so fucking crazy. You know, same with a little bit was similar with Hong Kong when I went to Hong Kong, because I feel like with especially the Asian countries, they weren't as full on in your face when it comes like in the market. Some of the markets in that they were really like trying to sell you. You can tell that they're desperate to sell anything.
Yeah.
The only good thing about that is that you can haggle whatever you want.
Yeah.
So they come up and say, "Oh, I know, 100 yen or whatever the fuck the Hong Kong dollar is, 100 yen," and you just go, "Nah, 30," and they will literally like consider it like, "Oh, yeah, 40, 35, all right, deal." They're just happy
Yeah.
with anything. But other than that, I think the biggest thing for me was the food in Hong Kong. Like these cunts are like eating animals and shit.
Really?
Like they got them hanging there. Like it was fucking.
Like dogs and shit?
Oh no, not that I saw.
Possums, fucking.
Well, it has to be
bats.
weird animals, right? If it was a cow, you
Like
wouldn't think anything of it.
Yeah, like
like a-
rodents and shit. Like it was
Oh,
pretty.
shit.
It was cool though. I wasn't gonna eat one.
Oh,
but
no. I mean, it'd be cool to have a little deep fried squirrel on a stick or something.
I'd try it. I'd definitely try it.
Yeah?
Yeah, fuck it, man. Yeah, you fuck it, man.
What if it's got like what if it's sick? Like what if it's just like roadkill and it's like
Imagine that.
got like AIDS?
Roadkill. They're picking shit off the road.
Yeah, like it has like a time mark still on it as you eat it.
Like,
It's like-
it tastes rubbery.
Yeah.
And shit. Like fuck that.
Well, fuck. I mean, yeah, I guess.
So
Fucking
boys,
hell.
I want to test out this Bluetooth thing that we've got connected. So thanks everyone who sent the speak pipe. I'm actually kind of nervous to just play these without listening to them. But like, what if
You
some
didn't listen to 'em
No,
first?
fuck no.
It's a risk.
Some cunts like just going on like
Can
a
you
racist.
see who they're from?
Nah, a lot of them are anonymous.
Oh, no.
What if it's all the same person?
Some cunt goes on a racist rant. I'm like, fucking. Yeah, please
Cut it
no
out.
racism.
If it is,
but-
try it. If we can edit anyway.
Oh, okay, yeah. All
Are
right.
you sure this is working anyway? This
Some
fucking-
guy's just beating his meat like ASMR, like ASMR style, just the sounds. The money shot. Oh!
That'll be on Patreon. If that's
Yeah, yeah. All right, boys. Oh, see,
The table.
I was gonna say, what do you reckon he was paying for DZ to spill something? It happens every time.
Shut up,
only would have
bitch.
paid like $1.
Let's go. Play this,
Guys,
motherfucker.
all right. The very first one from Anonymous. Oh, I'm fucking scared.
Just fucking play it, man.
But yeah, as well, just randomly, I went for a haircut at in Bali, and I've never been so scared. Do you know how like you have have you ever had like a barber? You try to find your barber in Australia, and then you're like
Stick to it.
you stick to the But then say if you go for a change or whatever, it's like you're back on the panic again, and you're looking, you're always side eyeing like in the mirror, like fuck, did he fuck it up? How's the fade? This and that. I had that like my head was about to fucking snap off, bro. I was like fucking around with it so much, being like, oh, this and that, telling him what to do. This, but he done a hectic job. But I felt like because of the language barrier, he didn't know what the fuck I was saying, bro. So I was like, fade. I had to show him pictures, and then I'm like, he's like, fuck,
and he did it properly.
Yeah, he did it good, like mad. But yeah, he even washed my hair after. I went to walk out, and he's like, it was like $12 Australian, bro.
Yeah, just to get the hair.
$12 Australian for hair, beard, and wash, bro. And I mean, like he was going like. With the fucking, that sounded so wrong in the mic, but like, he was like fucking
a happy ending as well.
Yeah.
A happy ending on your head. On your fucking.
Where you going?
You want sucky? Yeah. All right, boys, let's test this. Let's test this.
Yo, what's good, FireCast? I just want to say big love to DZ, FriendlyFire, Joey.K,
Oh
all
shit,
them boys. Yeah, let's get it. Yeah, and FriendlyFire, I keep saying your opinions and pissing off those Americans. Yeah.
yeah. There we go. Oh, beautiful. So we'll do We'll do two. So I'm pretty sure I know who that was, bro. Shout out. You know who the fuck you are, man. But another one. This is from my fucking homie and good friend, Pendle, who does works as a real estate agent. Pendle,
Aaron Pendleton.
Aaron Pendle. Fucking love this cunt, man. Played indoor soccer together and stuff. It was like my little bodyguard. No one would fuck with us because this cunt was a fucking 7-foot ginormous giant and shit. It was great.
Ginormous giant.
It was great. All right, here we go. Shout out you, bro. Let's get this one.
Aaron Pendleton, just wanted to jump on and say super proud of the lot of you. You're fucking super inspiring, out there following your dreams, making waves, not doing things normally, doing things the fucking cool way, the right way, and staying true to yourself. Love you all and miss you all as well. So just keep doing what you're doing, lads. Cheers.
Yeah, nice. Shout out you, Pendle, man. I love that guy, man. I love that guy, bro. He's a fucking great guy, man. I've probably mentioned this story many a time before, but Mobsy at one point was living with him at Moby. Like he
went to my school. I'm pretty sure. Like I'm like spacing. Like, but I've known Aaron Pendleton for ages as well.
Oh, fucking great guy, man. Fucking great guy. Did you guys know that tigers? I didn't fucking know this, and I don't even know if this is fucking true. But tigers apparently mimic the exact sounds of their prey that they're hunting.
Yeah, I've heard that before.
I did not fucking know that. So apparently tigers, example, if they're hunting like a certain species of monkey, they can literally mimic that call of that monkey and make it sound like it's a baby monkey in distress, and it entices the mother monkeys to climb down from the trees because it thinks there's a baby in danger.
No way.
And the fucking tiger...
That's a cheat code, bro. That tiger just fucking figured it out, bro.
I did not fucking know that, bro.
Have you seen the movie Annihilation?
Yes.
It's called.
Yes.
You've seen Annihilation. Is it Annihilation where they do that?
They turn into flowers. They turn into...
Yeah. All that shit happens. But don't the aliens...
doing, bro?
Sorry, bro. I almost spilled it on your fuck. But don't the aliens in that movie, they do the same thing? They turn into the
I know what you're fucking talking about.
It's got Padme in it.
It's got Natalie Portman.
The thing, fake the girl's scream, remember?
Yeah.
Help me!
But that was scary,
yeah, that's scary as fuck, bro.
That's skinwalker shit. That's what they reckon Americans, they believe in this thing called Wendigos or skinwalkers, which we've touched on an episode before. Like Wendigos or skinwalkers.
Yeah, like they change like shape and like
they can change shape into animals, and Native Americans are big into it. And so there's videos on YouTube. Again, most of them probably fake, but there's videos on YouTube where like cunts are in the forest, and they just randomly hear like a help me, like some cunt screaming for help. And there's no one to be seen, and then like it's kind of creepy because it's probably
I think it's just cap, man.
It's probably cap, or it's probably someone actually just getting murdered. And these dickheads are like, oh, what the fuck?
They're too scared to go.
It's a skinwalker. It's a deer. It's not a fucking deer. It's a guy getting chased by fucking Wolf Creek, bro. Like, go help the cunt. But that movie, I actually seen that. I saw that. It's a good plane, movie. I think.
I don't know how I felt about the ending.
I
was like, when she was tripping out, like she was in that person like that was forming was actually her, and it was like a clone of her. Remember, like, so
and the bear was weird looking.
They killed the granny. So at the end, spoiler alert, it's an old movie. You don't know if it's
Real
person or not, and they don't even know. I don't think they're like confused. It's a weird movie, cool movie though, very cool. I only have 2 more points, so I'll just rattle them off quickly because they're about a bit more real life shit. All right, so a lot of you watching, I'm sure, might have heard of this. You guys might have heard of this. Did you see, first of all, Jake Gyllenhaal at the UFC for his new movie?
He's on all the steroids.
Oh, absolutely.
All the steroids.
Absolutely.
But
I thought it was cool because I've never seen
Jake
this before.
Jake Gyllenhaal.
So Jake Gyllenhaal, he's an actor. You wouldn't recognize him if you saw him.
Yeah,
but
okay.
he's they're shooting a new movie, and it's a UFC movie about he's a UFC guy who turns into a bouncer or something. It's called Roadhouse, right? And what they did, which I thought was cool, was he went to the actual UFC, the latest one, and they did an intro for him, and she had Bruce Buffer introduce his character and shit, and they actually filmed with a real audience, filmed the real crowd, the real fucking shit.
That's cool.
For the movie. So people were fucking filming, and you can see, like, what's kind of going to happen in the movie. He did his fight in the UFC ring for the movie.
Wow.
Yeah, like you can see he does a flying knee and shit. Yeah. Like, it's fucking pretty cool.
I've seen that.
It would have been in between fights. They would have had the extra 5-10 minutes, and
then
they
just
must
do
have
that.
shot a couple of takes. But apparently, it was like, obviously, there was a few sloppy moments because you're not hitting each other. So there's that level of like pulling back. Where
WWE.
like, oh, but like they stomp with every punch over that. About like, but there was a bit of that. But then ultimately, he did like pretty well. Like,
I thought it was cool, and he's jacked, bro. Like,
how crazy how some of the actors,
they
like
change so quick.
Christian Bale, went from The Machinist, where he was like a anorexic
Skinny.
sick dude, to like Dark Knight, Batman. He was
That's got to be
jacked.
steroids, eh?
It is.
It's got to
They
be.
all
Yeah.
use
Well, I mean, if
steroids.
you're famous, right, and they're like, "Hey, man, we got this 20 million movie contract to sign," blah blah
Like,
blah.
you need to have
do
like
it.
an 8
You're
pack.
I'm gonna have a doctor waiting with the needle, like.
Yeah.
Would you have daily trends, sir?
But that's the thing, though. They got the world's best doctors, nutritionists,
Yeah,
everything helping.
nutritionist, yeah.
And his friends, apparently Jake Gyllenhaal, he was hanging out with Conor McGregor during the fights and shit. And Conor McGregor shaved his beard.
Looks like John Cena.
He looks like everyone's saying he looks like Steve will do it. He looks
Oh,
exactly like
Steve will do it. Yeah.
They're saying that's not McGregor.
Shout out
Steve, man.
But yeah, he does look weird. He's on steroids too, McGregor.
Yeah.
He's way
Oh,
bigger.
yeah. You can tell his
way
whole, even his face. There's a thing when you take steroids where you get like, you look a bit more like a cloud, like a bit puffy, like around your face, because you're holding more water in general. And you can just tell,
It's
like,
more square. Like
yeah, he's just a bit more of like a meathead. He looks like he'd be that guy that's doing like the only 70 kilo dumbbell, but then they're moving their whole body with it. Like, but full jacked as. But I can't wait for him and Michael Chandler to fight as well. That's going to be fucking nuts.
Yeah, I heard he was coming back.
That's why he's trying to get swole, right? For that.
Well, not just that, but he broke his leg, right? And ultimately, steroids help you recover in every kind of way, even including injury. So, and he knew that he was out for ages, probably with his foot being broken. So he goes, "Why not be on the juice? What the fuck?" Like, he's not young, but he's not old, so it's not like he's too immature to take gear, you know. And he's an athlete, so it's like at least he's not like he's going to Revos and you're just drabbing a Militren and you're like, "Oh, I'm just trying to look good."
You know what's funny though about the steroids, right? Is that these celebrities and people still claim to be natural, like The Rock, right? The Rock in WWE
claims he's natural.
The Rock in WWE in his 20s, when it's supposed to be your prime, like your 20, your 30s, your prime, right? He's a certain size, but then you look at him now in his 50s. And he's way bigger than he was in WWE.
Mr. Potato Head. And then when he was younger in WWE, then he got better as he got older. How does that work?
It doesn't make sense. And then he claims he's natural. He's like, well, he doesn't claim. He's just very...
Maybe he's like Benjamin Button. Like as he gets older, he's like...
Do you know what he says? But he said that the only thing he's ever said about it in an interview was that he said when he was 18 or young once, he did... he tried some stuff and it gave him fucking the titties, you know, when you get
that's steroids.
But that's what he said. That's the only thing he's done. He tried it and he never touched it again since then because it gave him the fucking titties. But obviously, he's on the fucking juice, bro. Look at that guy.
And plus, right, there's an easy surgery that anyone can get. You don't even have to be a specialist as a surgeon, but you can cut those glands out. So you're telling me you're The Rock and you have your own private jet and you have your own fold-out gym that you take with on the road, like a pop-up gym almost. You're not going to the doctor and going, snip, snip, can you get these bad boys? Because once you get rid of those, right, you can take as much gear as you want and you will never experience those things again. So, yeah, I mean, surely.
He's definitely on the juice, but anyway.
But he's that type of guy where I love him, but it's almost like he's so oversaturated in, like, I see him everywhere, but also good on him. Like, how crazy that one person is that ambitious. Like, you're looking for generational wealth, right? So you got to have that drive to not even just go after money that's going to be yours to use or see, but then you're
generations to come.
So we're thinking about, looking after us and ours or whatever. But then when you're that rich, you just like exceed that. So every time he's like, I'm in the iron gym today, just banging and clanging, or like this and that, or he's like he's just like.
That's a good impression, bro.
It's actually
bro, you got it.
But yeah, it's like, remember that one that Kevin Hart made fun of him when he was in the gym and he hit himself with a weight or something at The Rock, and he had like blood here, and he literally goes, I'm in the iron paradise. It's 3 a.m. on a Sunday. You're like. He's just like pulls out his Zoa drink, and then Kevin Hart is like, he makes a parody video and he's got like big ass chains on, like obnoxiously big, like the chains are like that thick in diameter, right? Like and he's got like tomato like ketchup on it. He's like, oh man, I trained so hard, man. He's just making fun of him, like fucking hell. No, but yeah, you got to respect the man. But it's just like I said, he's a bit like
everywhere.
I'm envious. It's almost like that Connor. I'm never liked Connor just because I was envious of his lifestyle, but he was an amazing fighter. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he was. Well, same with the Liver King. The Liver King, remember?
It was purple.
That colour was purple. Purple on some days, bro. He was literally purple, and he kept just denying the steroids. Then smart cunt finally, a couple months ago, comes out and goes, yeah, guys, I'm on steroids. I apologize. And now he's done the whole reverse flip it, and he's gotten more fans now because he was honest. So it's worked out for him,
but
bro.
you're honest after you get caught. It's not the same thing.
Jacked,
and he was actually, if you listen to it, he was actually trying to, like he'd say sorry. It's like saying a shit apology, right? In a relationship, it's like you're like, oh, I'm sorry, but blah blah blah.
Excuses.
And then you're like,
eat my brand that's got liver in it.
Like he would kind of switch up, and I'm like, oh, this guy's. His manager's clearly gone, listen, this is what we need to say.
Yes.
That's how I feel like the Will Smith apology, I reckon, was like that as well.
I'm glad you said that.
Yeah,
the Liver King, just quickly, the difference is here with people like The Rock and stuff, it's a bit different because The Rock, they're family friendly, they have brand deals or whatever.
Yeah,
but someone like the Liver King who's trying to sell you a lifestyle and then saying they're natural. It's very different.
It is very
because
he's saying, I'm natural, you can look like me by eating my shit and doing this. But
That's
then,
a lie.
Yeah,
You're literally
exactly.
lying.
But someone like The Rock, they got nothing to do with fitness that much. It's like,
Yeah.
what whiskey is that you're drinking?
That's the Ned Kelly one.
The Ned Kelly.
Oh, Ned Kelly, okay.
Nice whiskey.
I'm usually a Dublin and a dick rider, but...
Yeah, well, I only got into whiskey because of you when you brought Dublin.
That's me too.
No, really?
That's
this
so
guy
funny.
created a whiskey love.
Everything's full circle, man. Everything's full circle. Now look at the three of us.
Cheers, bro. Look at us. Hey,
Cheers to that,
Let's
brother.
go, baby.
Cheers.
Let's go. It's good to be back, man.
Yeah.
Did you
man.
watch Mandalorian, by the way?
Nah. We were talking about that
The
before.
second episode was good, man. I like the second.
Yeah.
It's
Okay,
heating
listen.
up.
Pedro Pascal is
Oh,
the
the
man.
best.
The
The
man.
best.
He's the
best.
fucking man, bro. He's
The best.
blown up. He's got like fuck you money now, bro. Like he was well off, but now he's just rolling in it. Like
Oh, yeah.
nothing. You know, nothing makes a dent in
I
that
loved
guy's
him
wallet.
since Narcos, man. When I saw him in Narcos, I'm like, this guy is a man.
Yeah, but like he's got bigger. But like, fuck, what were you saying about what he was in again? Mandalorian. I got to rewatch the first and second season
you
because it's
just
been so
forget,
long,
eh?
bro.
Been so long.
You
And then
forget.
part of me is like, do I just skip? Just watch the recaps on YouTube. Is
Oh,
that?
yeah.
But then
do.
again, sometimes you need to like, I don't know. And then there's that. What's the guy's name? That's the other Mandalorian, but he's not the Mandalorian.
Boba Fett.
Apparently, I didn't know that there was a series in Boba Fett.
A whole episode.
Is
on
it after season 2 or before season 2?
It's after season 2.
In between 2 and 3.
It fills in the gap of 2 and
So
3.
okay, so would you suggest when I catch up watching Boba Fett?
Yeah, watch that episode at
Because
least.
apparently my mate said it's almost like it was a Mandalorian app. It wasn't about
It is,
Boba Fett. It was just
literally Mandalorian.
Wait, what are you talking about?
So-
What?
So in the book of Boba Fett, they have it's like an anthology episode that just focuses on the Mandalorian.
Oh, yeah.
And when he gets the Darksaber, he fights with them on the.
yeah.
oh, Ned Kelly, you fucking beauty.
Good, eh?
Will Smith.
Will Smith. Did you guys hear a year
Chris
later Chris Rock's response?
Yeah, man.
No, I tried to find it. I couldn't find it.
That slap was not fake.
We can't play that on the air, eh? We can't.
Oh,
No, I mean, or that'd be too much of a fuck around.
We could probably play
But
the-
what essentially was it? What essentially did Chris Rock say?
He
Bro,
rips
he-
into it.
Really?
he
Bad.
roasted
Do you
him.
remember like?
Bro, yeah. Fuck yeah. He was gone. So, I don't know. Obviously, I haven't seen the start. All the clips are just from mid-roast, but fuck,
Was he
man.
doing a comedy show?
It was a show.
His new special is on Netflix. You can watch it right now.
Oh, it's on Netflix,
Oh, it's on
is it?
Netflix. Is
Netflix
it?
special, yeah.
Bro.
Chris Rock's new show.
He's literally like, man, he's like, he goes like, people ask me if it still hurts. They're like, it still hurts. I still hear like Summertime in my ears and shit, which I'm pretty sure is like one of Will Smith's like old shitty songs and that. And then he basically starts ripping on like, the whole relationship with Jada and Will. So
Oh no.
I didn't even know this. Like, well, I knew this, but Jada apparently was fucking one of their son's friend.
Yeah, August Alsina, whatever his name is. Yeah.
Oh, was that entanglements? That
yeah,
was
the
that guy.
entanglements is about him. Yeah.
And that's
What's
the son's
Entanglements?
friend. That's a song that they made up.
So Chris Rock, right? He's going on about how he's always rooted for Will Smith, and he's rooted for Will Smith his whole life, and it's like it hurts him deep that Will Smith would do this to him. So he's ripping into him, and he's saying that. So he goes, everyone's been cheated on in this room. Everyone's been cheated on, but these people decide to put it on television.
Yeah.
And he's talking about when Jada and Will sat down on the red table
Had
talk
that interview, yeah.
and they spoke about it. And then Chris Rock is like, "Yeah, I was sucking somebody else's dick. How do you feel?"
Yeah,
like, he's
yeah.
pretending like
Yeah.
he calls her a bitch and shit too. Jada, like he fucking rips him.
Good man, because
good on
he
him.
kept his silence for that long, as if you're not conjuring up a mad special, bro. That's got to be fuel for a comedian, bro. Don't you think?
It's ammo for the Arsenal.
Ammo.
bro.
If
Like,
it was
it's-
anyone else, but you do that to a comedian, fair enough. You might be able to beat the fuck out of him, but eventually you got to stop throwing punches. Eventually, no one wants to kill a fucking. No one wants to keep punching a knocked out dude. You just at the end of the day, he's going to get back up and joke, and that's the biggest humiliation, bro. Like a comedian ripping in on you and everyone laughing because everyone knows it's like true, and that would be hurt. That would hurt the most as Will Smith. Imagine he's watching it, like.
I wonder how he feels.
I wonder how he feels, or how he reacted, or if he watched it with Jada or without Jada. Like, Jada, leave me alone.
Like, well, that's the thing too. Is that a lot of other people, like famous people, come out afterwards and responded to Chris Rock's special, and like half of them, especially I can't remember. Oh fuck, I don't want to butcher it for all you fucking YouTube nerds who will roast me.
It's almost dead.
Is it?
Yeah, it's almost out. But someone who's close with Chris Rock and Will, someone who's friends with both of them, he come out and he was like, "Man, that's not like like Chris Rock, like that wasn't even like a comedy." He's like, "This cunt's like full on going
Oh
in."
yeah, like he wasn't
It wasn't-
punchlines. He was
it wasn't
serious.
even half of it wasn't even really punchlines. He'd throw in the odd punchline, like the whole "I'm sucking someone else's dick. How do you feel?" But he was like actually like it sounded dead set like an angry mate venting
He was
to
venting.
another mate about what this mate does, but instead it was to the whole world.
So
Like,
you know how it started, right? This whole saga started, which I didn't know until Chris Rock spoke about it. But the whole thing started was at the Oscars many years ago, Jada said that Chris Rock should quit the Oscars because Jada said Will Smith didn't get nominated for a movie called Emancipation, which was a shit movie. But Jada said that Chris Rock should quit because Will Smith didn't get nominated.
Wasn't Emancipation new?
Something like
Yeah,
that.
it's new,
but
it's new.
Oh, this is recent
It might
then.
be. It might be a different movie.
Yeah,
But
okay.
anyway, Concussion.
Okay.
Concussion.
Oh,
was
the
movie.
one with the coach.
Concussion.
Yeah, yeah, sorry,
Concussion is the movie that he didn't get
Emancipation's
nominated.
his new one.
And then Chris Rock, because she said that at the Oscars he hosted, did that joke about G.I. Jane at the fucking Oscars, which made Will Smith slap him. So Jada started it by
Yeah, of
saying
course.
Chris Rock should quit. And then Will Smith got up and slapped him, and Chris Rock didn't say anything for a long time until now. And then he did the special. And a lot of people it's very divided. A lot of people are upset and saying, like, how could Netflix give him a platform to freaking trash Will Smith and shit?
Oh, good.
And then most people, though, I see are kind of on Chris Rock's side. Even when he called her a bitch in the special, the audience is kind of like, ooh.
Yeah.
And then they start cheering and laughing. But at first, they're unsure. They're kind of like,
'Cause he's
ooh,
angry, like, he's-
ooh, like, but then they all cheer. Go, yeah.
Why G.I. Jane though? Was she in a movie or something?
She was Demi Moore. She was hot as. Like she was had no. It wasn't even an insult. It was just Demi Moore who was in.
It was a
Navy.
very light joke.
Yeah,
Very
like
light joke.
Demi Moore with no hair. Still a hottie, right? Still a baddie.
Who the fuck's Demi Moore?
I don't know who that is either. But I'm assuming.
Starting to get away. Was
an
Jada
actress.
in a movie?
Demi Moore's a hot actress.
Yeah.
And Jada played her in G.I. Jane.
Oh,
Right?
and she had no hair.
She had no hair because she has alopecia apparently. But it's like,
okay.
But she was just like, hey, new G.I. Jane. Like very for a comedian, that's very G-rated.
Very light, yeah.
Yeah. It's not like she looked like a foot either. It was like Demi Moore. It's like if you type her in, she's pretty attractive.
If you type her in.
Let me just do
Dude, type in Demi Moore G.I. Jane.
Can you do it? Because I don't want to lose the speak pipe.
Oh, do you have to keep it up?
Yeah.
All right, here. G.I. Jane, Demi Moore.
It is Demi Moore, right?
I don't know. I've never even heard
Yeah.
of Demi Moore. Who the fuck
It's
is he?
actually Demi Moore.
Demi.
Demi.
This young man, this attractive young man here.
That's a girl.
I know, I'm making a joke, you idiot.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, and
I mean, maybe with hair she looks better.
That's what a lot of-
but
that's
she looks
what-
better with hair, obviously.
a lot of people said that too, that you forget that at the start the camera's on Will and he's laughing at the joke, and so is kind of Jada. She's smirking, and then it's like she just randomly,
Jada was upset though. You could.
and then Will just looks and goes, "Oh fuck! Like I have to do something." Like
I mean, Jada had that laugh, like that eye twitch right before you murder someone. She's like,
yeah, I'm gonna kill this motherfucker.
But then, even after the fact, Jada didn't agree with Will Smith doing that and made him look like even more of a dickhead.
Yeah,
She's
'cause
like,
no,
he shouldn't
she-
have done that.
she's an evil
I know,
woman.
she hates him, man. If Tupac was still alive,
She'd be all over that
Yeah,
dick.
she'd be with Tupac.
yeah. Yeah. And then
She loved
Tupac
that
would,
motherfucker.
Tupac would be like to the Fresh Prince, like, I fucked your bitch. Again, it's like,
Now, but
fuck.
Park was smart. Park knew bitches
when he could fuck
between.
Will's bitch.
No, not just that,
Oh.
but he knew between a shit woman and a. He was a very intuitive guy.
I kind of get the vibe from Tupac, to be honest. Right? Don't crucify me. I feel like he may have been gay.
Oh my God.
Dylan,
Trust me.
Don't take
Tupac.
Tupac.
come on, bro.
I don't know. I love Tupac.
What makes you say that?
I don't care. It doesn't make a difference if you like men or women.
Yeah,
your
but what
music,
makes you
your
say that?
legacy. I don't know. I just get a little bit, and I've heard. I'm not the only one. Trust me, you can look it up. But
Really?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure he fucked like over 1,000.
Well, he
girls.
might have. A lot of gay people do that. He might not have been gay. I'm just saying.
Yeah. So what he
I don't
really
know.
meant was,
I don't know.
I fucked your mate instead of like, I fucked your bitch.
He was very cool and everything, but it
Fuck
doesn't
your boy,
mean.
man.
I don't know.
He would be the
I'm
most
just saying.
aggressive gay lover. If he fucks like he fucking raps, that's got to be some.
If he
yeah.
fucks like he raps.
Holy shit.
All right.
Aggressive.
Before I do my next point that I wrote down after the Will thing, we'll do 2 more speak pipes. I like this idea because then it makes the people listen
Breaks it up.
throughout. Like I told you, because most people are going to now listen to hear their own bit. But if we do it all in one section, someone can just skip through to the speak pipe part. I'm not talking
So
about
you
the
gotta
glass
listen.
pipe either. I'm not talking about the glass fucking didgeridoo.
That's all my points anyway.
Talking
You
about the
brought up Will
goddamn
Smith.
speak pipe, boy. Yeah, no, I've got one more
No,
real.
I just got the Instagram.
I feel like we're flowing tonight, boys. I feel like
Yeah,
we're
we are
flowing.
I got a
What's the
really
time?
cool point out of these
Bro,
speak pipes.
we're only at 45 minutes.
Shit.
Yeah,
That's what I like to hear,
alright,
man.
making progress.
All right, here we go. Another one from Anonymous goes for 43 seconds. Let's go. Oh, wait, I'm probably gonna have to reconnect, right?
assuming.
Yum. Goody gumdrops.
You could try this. You just got to suck real
You
hard.
suck hard, like fucking put it in your go
Like deep throat it kind of thing.
further down the shaft,
You
further down the
You got to
shaft.
go deep.
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
You
like
gotta go
real-
hard, deep and hard.
Yeah, deep and long and hard and soft and slimy and wet. God. Yum. All right, here we go, boys. Here we go.
It is running out though.
If I pull any harder, it's gonna fucking like.
Taking forever.
A little bit came out then that time. I don't know. Yeah, it's dead, man. I gotta get a new one of these fucking things, man. It's pretty cool though. Eh? It tastes like an actual cigar. That's mad.
Sorry, but I got it.
Got it from the UK too. But
Oh, nice. Be good if it was refillable somehow.
I know, like it's fucking spewing. I just had it sitting in my car and I saw it. I was like, "Fuck, maybe it's still alive. I'll
Bro,
just try
I do
it."
not trust Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, the fucking lizard guy, and fucking, Bill Gates fucking injecting us with all these fucking vaccines. Yeah, fucking me dead. I just want to know, like, have you seen how the FDA actually denied Elon Musk from testing that fucking fuck.
I know what he's talking about. I know what he's talking about.
People, apparently it blew the monkey's brains and shit.
Oh, I love his cut. Oh, sorry.
I know exactly who it is.
Imagine
I know
him on the news and he's
yeah.
out there outside in front of us and he's like, and then he win and cunt. Oh, bro, it's so funny, bro.
I know what you're talking about. Though.
What's he talking about?
I'm not bagging him out either.
so
I'm just having fun. That's all. Like,
The neural link. You know, Elon Musk.
It blew up a monkey's brain.
No, well, I don't know about that, but. So Elon Musk has been saying it's ready for human tests and shit for the longest time, but the FDA denied him from saying, and they listed all these problems he's got to fix before they can test it on humans. So Elon Musk wanted to test it on humans like
And it's not
today,
even ready.
like this
Wow.
year.
Of
Like,
course he did. He's a
but
fucking...
he's very ambitious. But
Yeah,
the
damn.
FDA still got shit day, and fuck Bill Gates. I don't trust that guy. I don't trust Mark Zuckerberg either.
Bro, that's so funny. His delivery was so funny. It was so slow getting there. I could tell, he was, bro, if he wasn't high as fuck, then I'm the Pope. He was high as fuck, bro. Surely.
Zexa, man.
Yeah.
Honestly, Zexa has been a fan since like
day
what?
one.
Since
Really?
Day
Fucking
one.
oath.
This cunt,
Fucking oath.
Loves us, man.
I'm pretty sure this guy was in my first 5 followers. I'm not even capping, bro.
Yeah.
I am not capping
That's
this
hectic.
guy. If I wish you could somehow find that out.
Yeah.
I'm sure there'd be maybe an app somewhere
Yeah,
down
for
the
sure.
rabbit hole.
Yeah, yeah.
But this cunt has been around for the past fucking like 4 years, man. So shout out you, bro. So
I'm sure a lot of these are from him.
I'm starting to realize I think all 16 are from Zexa.
Really?
I've got another one that says Zexa now. So let's have a listen.
Is it going to be a continuation?
I don't know.
It's a story.
Bro, here's what I think right now. Interest rates in Australia.
Sorry, bro.
It is
Sorry, man.
We
No.
know straight
I'm
away,
not,
yeah.
I'm not laughing at
No,
you,
no.
bro. It's just so funny, bro.
It's a
Go,
funny
go.
situation.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
And shit, and they want everyone to worry about, cost of living and fucking what was them? They want something to talk about. I feel like more and more, like these fucking cunts, man. Whoever watches the news is just, I don't know, it's just a sheep, in my opinion. Like what you boys say, like watching the news is just gonna like who gives a fuck if the RBA raises the interest and whatever this that. What I think is they're trying to distract us from something, man. Iggy, FriendlyFire, you're on your point, bro. They're trying to distract us, especially. Look at it this way: in every country in the world, they have some major story to talk about in the news. I remember from COVID, how much money do you reckon they made from spreading fear in people with this fucking, wear your mask, you're gonna die, or whatever, you're gonna take 15 booster shots. They always want something to talk about.
He's right.
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
He was nail on the head, but shit like interest rates and all that shit does apply to a lot of people. It's good to know, but he hit the nail on the head in terms of like shit like the COVID, how they handled it, all this shit. There's it feels like there's so many distractions. So I do agree with him 100%.
You're right, because the only thing that with the whole interest rate and stuff, because what people need to understand is that as those rates go up, so does everything else.
Yeah,
like
that's true.
It's literally like a seesaw. That's the only fuck thing that's about it. But no, I do agree. Most things are a fucking distraction. So that's why you need to fucking stay woke and stay in tune with your vibrations and the frequencies of what's going on in the world. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get pissed next podcast. When's next week?
Let's get pissed, man.
Yeah.
I'm catching
We'll
the
make-
vibe here,
we'll
bro.
make it-
Friday night.
Yeah.
Well,
Let's get it.
get Ubers, bro.
Yeah.
Get Ubers.
Yeah, I drove now, so that beer might be my cap. But anyway, I wish, man. Anyway, Zexa, I agree with you on a lot of points. You obviously listen to every podcast, so shout out to you, man. The interest rate things, the ladies at work were talking about it. I'm just thinking, fuck this shit. I'm never getting a loan from these cunts. I'm just going to fucking rent forever.
Make my money and buy whatever the fuck I want straight up.
Yeah.
No fucking loans from the bank.
And I don't get it either. Why is it every week they have like they deliberate and then they go, all right, raise the interest rate. And then next week they do the same thing. Raise it. I don't get it. Why isn't it just one go? What's going on here?
I'm going to give you guys a fucking little lesson here right now. Right now, again, I thank trading for this, because as soon as I got into trading, I started learning more about money and that. And when you actually learn about what money actually is, like your perception of things will slowly start to change, right? Yeah, it's completely gone. Let me just hold it though. Just it feels cool to hold, like, you know what I mean? I just like holding it.
Yeah.
But so once you actually start learning what fucking money actually is, your perception of things is so different. Like, did you guys? This is no cap, right? You can look this shit up. When the bank gives you a loan for a fucking house, right? Where do you think the money comes from? Where do you think they get that 900,000 to give to you, right? They give it to you, and then they straight away you're in minus 900,000. So technically you don't have 900,000, right? You're straight away minus, and then you're for the rest of your life paying it off. Where did the bank get that 900,000?
You.
Tell me where you think.
The people.
The people. Maybe like the amount of fucking money that goes into tolls and building new roads and fucking shit like that. I don't know. Maybe excess money. Because you know how we're always in debt? Like Australia's always been in debt. Does that have something to do with it? Maybe not. I don't know.
Very good guess, but wrong.
I don't know, man. Just tell me.
Wrong.
Imagine it was like, right.
Do you know what they do?
Damn.
He's right.
Yeah.
They literally print this shit out of thin air from other major banks like the Bank of Spain and that, real big banks in Madrid and them, like big.
Well, where do they get their money?
Bro, they don't get it. They print it, bro. That's what I'm trying to say.
Oh, yeah. Like the money has to come from somewhere, essentially. Okay.
It's printed out of a fucking printer.
Yeah.
So it's essentially, if you think about it, worthless. It's got no sentimental value. It's not worth anything. It's literally printed paper. They print it, and what they do is they do all these applications and that. Those big banks, like the Banks of Spain and that, they print out this fucking, okay, this cunt needs fucking 900K. He needs a 750K. This bank in fucking Sydney needs it. They print it, and that's why inflation and interest rates spike. And that's why it's constantly going up, because essentially they're creating a whole bunch of money that comes from nowhere, and it's not owned by anyone. There's no like storage for this money. There's no money you're supposed to circulate. So from me to you, you buy a coffee, that person then cashes it into the thing, and it's meant to go around in a circle. When it's just being printed, it's literally coming from nothing, and it's basically worthless. Hence why then the banks are always constantly raising the prices of everything, and why interest rates are always up, and why cost of living is continuously going up, and it's only going to keep going up. This shit about, it goes up and drops down, then goes up. Yeah, it might slightly, but by the time we have kids or our kids have kids, man, I'm telling you, it'll be fucking $20 for like a schooner at the pub. And we're going to just be
surely there's a cap though. Like it's going to get to the point where
that's the dangerous thing, Joey. There's no cap. There's literally no limit.
No cap.
That's, I guess, because rich people are always going to buy houses. Like the only way they'll decrease it, if you're talking about interest rates and shit, is if everyone stopped buying houses. But there's always going to be someone buying on Mossman or Point Piper or Vaucluse buying $14 million homes or whatever the fuck.
Yes.
So even though it might not be as many, I don't know, they need to do more like fucking subsidies like from the like government to help people, first home buyers. Like they need more help. We need more help with that if it's going to keep getting like, you know what I mean? Like better, because some people are paying, like Lydia and Cody are paying ungodly figure a week, bro. Like someone's whole wage, because I don't know what the average wage
600,
is.
700 a week.
No, more.
More, bro.
More.
Like between 600 to $1,000. Like
it's more.
It's crazy.
It's way more.
Like,
and it's going to keep going up.
But you know, the thing is, right, the way this goes, that's why Australia is one of the highest wages in the world. We have, if you look it up, we have one of the highest wages, but we also have the highest cost of living in the world. And that's the way it's going to go. They're going to have to raise wages.
Is it the highest, or is it London?
One of.
They're going
to have to raise wages. Then they raise the price of a coffee. They raise the wages. So a coffee goes from being fucking $2 to $3. That's why 20 years ago, Big Mac was fucking 30 cents.
Yeah.
Now, but the thing is, also, we're in a technological fucking crazy boom, and there's going to be robots doing more and more jobs. So the thing is, they're going to have to introduce a universal basic income or something to combat all of this, or we're just going to go into a Great Depression. Everything's going to pop off. People are going to die left, right, and center, and then after many years, everything's going to mellow out, and new systems will come in. Something's going to happen. You know, the camel's back is going to break after all these straws at some point, you know? So we have to do something, whether no one knows the answer. All we're doing is creating more problems by keep giving people money from nowhere, keep doing things that people aren't thinking about the future, they're thinking about the now. So they don't worry about the future. They just do this, and then in the future it pops off because they don't know what the fuck they were doing. So we have to do something, because robots are coming, you know, inflation is coming, price of living's coming, everything's just coming to a head. And we're going to see some crazy times and crazy things, and we're just navigating these rough seas.
The only way I could think of logically to help stop it and try to control it is obviously do things like have a couple fucking... You need like 10 years plus, but you need to have a time frame where the banks stop, example, giving out home loans. But that's never going to happen. That's never going to happen, because that's
not
how...
the prices how they are, no.
But not just that, but that's how we stay middle class. We're not middle fucking class. We're fucking broke, right? We're fucking... If you're living week to week, you're poor. There's no ifs or buts about it. But we just dubbed it, Western Americanized countries, we've dubbed ourselves as middle fucking class to make ourselves fucking feel better. Man, we're fucking poor, bro.
There is people worse off.
There's
though.
obviously people worse off that are literally like starving every day. But just because you got fucking, 10, 15 grand in your savings doesn't mean you're like fucking happy days, bro, because that's what they want. Because what happens, the trap of the rat race is that people don't fucking realize, right? And I'm victim to this too. I've been doing this shit my whole life. But what happens is, right, you do a big month at work, right? A big month, right? And you're like, oh, fuck. And then you finally, in your bank, in your normal account, in your savings, whatever, wherever you got your money, you finally see like 1,500, 2 grand in there and you're fucking feeling good. You're like, fuck yeah. Now finally, I'm getting paid. Bills are coming out, but I've still got more money in my account. It's not the other way around where I'm getting paid and it's just gone because of bills. You finally had a couple months and you don't go out, you don't do much. And what happens? 98% of the time, what happens? I've got 2 grand. Boys, let's go to the pub.
Have a slap.
Let's go to the fucking, let's go clubbing. Let's go see that DJ who's coming to town. Let's go fucking go out. We'll get Ubers to the city. Who cares? It's a $200 Uber. Who cares? I fucking got 2 grand in my bank account. And then what happens? You come home and you've got you're back to square one, bro. Right. And anyone who says they haven't done that is a fucking lie because we've all done it. We've all done it. And the worst thing about it all is that that's what they want. That's what the government wants, bro. Because that's what the rat race is, and
we're
people
still feeding the economy.
Bro, we're feeding.
You
it.
leave your house nowadays, you're paying money. Even if you drive to the city,
tolls.
Before you get to the city, you're spending $40.
Tolls, whatever the
14
fuck
or 20,
it is.
whatever. One way though.
Yeah.
Before you get there, you want to get a chicken roll from somewhere in the city. It's going to cost you $12. You want a drink?
$15.
Yeah.
Anyway, be wise with your money. Do a little research.
We're going off on a bit of a tangent.
Get off this fucking financial talk. All right.
Yeah, true.
My point.
Listen to what we say. Listen to your parents. Listen to your family.
No, don't listen to your fucking parents. You listen to FireCast, all right?
We are your parents.
We're your daddies.
On Instagram, I said, leave us an anonymous question. Someone says, let's check these. There's not many. Would you ever get with me -D? So someone's left a little love note. I don't know who that is.
Yes.
No. How are you today? I'm good. How are you?
I'm fucking amazing. Yeah. It's Friday.
How are you?
I'm great.
Lovely. We're all good, man. Someone says, do you have any piercings? I have 2. Do you have any piercings? Both my ears.
I have one on my ring hole. That's about it.
So Joey's got his knob pierced.
I'm joking.
His ass
No,
pierced.
He was serious,
actually-
I was like, whoa, I did not know that.
Imagine that. You have one piercing. It's on the eye of your penis or something.
How would
like that.
anyone know, eh? Like,
Yeah, you actually have one. Yeah.
Actually, I would.
Yeah, it's really small.
Yeah.
You don't have any, do you?
Nah.
Okay. Okay.
Well, I don't think you had your nipple
What?
done. Oh, that was Brad.
What tattoos
Wrong
do you
one.
have and why?
Fuck.
Joey has tattoos. You have tattoos.
Mhm.
I have tattoos.
You want to go first? FriendlyFire?
Tattoo tour. Have you seen these videos on YouTube? They do the tattoo tours. They get like fucking Post Malone or like famous people and shit. And they do a tour of their tattoos.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Very
It's
cool.
only cool
man.
if you're famous.
Yeah, it is only cool if you're
Yeah.
famous. But Friendly Fire has the least, so you go first. Go for your tattoo.
I got my ribs, and that was when I was fucking 15.
Show it. Show the terrible tattoo.
Which I do want to get fucking
That's a
covered.
15-year-old
Yeah.
tattoo.
Holy shit.
But I'm terrible.
It's just
It looks like you
Pencil
bailed on
Yeah.
the second session.
Yeah.
Like it was too painful.
I'm
You're like,
terrified of the pain.
Yeah.
But I really want to cover it up.
Was he intending to shade that in and do shit to it? Like
Yeah,
finish
but
it?
I was meant to go back and finish it. I never went back because of the
true, I
pain.
thought so. Yeah, okay.
The pain was fucking.
You're too young, bro. You could do it now, I think.
How old were
I
you?
was 15.
God, I'm not.
And
doing-
I'm a small guy.
Yeah.
So my ribs, I could
Your organs would have been
I
like.
could hear my ribs cracking. I was like, I'm not ever doing this again.
Yeah,
If
other
you-
one's
if you-
good though.
If you finish it off, do numbing cream. It lasts 2 hours, and then reapply after. Like have a break after 2
Yeah,
hours.
apply it.
Reapply. Trust me.
Yeah. Well, I'll
Maybe some Zennies as well.
I'll
But,
fuck
but
it. Anything you can get your hands on.
yeah.
The other one's
Got here, which is the matching one with my girlfriend. I've got the sun and she's got the moon, which this is cool because I was born in Uruguay and we've got the sun on the Uruguayan flag, which I do have the Uruguayan flag on my
La Celeste.
on my other arm.
yes,
Look how big I am.
Coming through the
Fucking
skin.
hell.
Fuck,
Look at that tricep.
I'm
Go.
swole.
That's the Latino blood coming through the skin there.
That's it, man. And I do want more, but I'm just, again, money and the pain.
It's a lot of money.
Go to Bali, bro. Get a holiday out of it, and trust me,
And
if you're going to do
tattoo.
any more, tattoo and holiday.
Yeah, but you are a nutbag. So Joey fucking did his whole leg in 3 days, man.
Show the leg on the screen.
looks good
Show the
too.
leg. It looks
Can I show the
fucking
leg?
insane. Show the leg. Get up. Stand up. Do a little twirl. Come on.
Should I grab the camera and like fucking...
This thing, you should be able to see. He's a tall guy. You can lift your
He
leg.
done
up.
his whole fucking leg, bro. That come out so clean.
It looks
man.
fucking insane, man. Insane.
Oh my word. That Cleopatra come out so, and because it's like she looks attractive, like
Yeah, lift it up, man. Get the close to the camera there. Show the fucking. It's
go.
yeah, solid work, man. Like it's fucking dope.
Lamina tattoo in Bali.
could I?
Worth the weight in gold.
Look at
I
that.
don't know if you can see it, but it's the gold Anubis.
And so that's Anubis on his leg,
Anubis on his leg right
which
there.
come out insane as well.
And then
I love the space in the background
Yeah.
too. I don't know if you see it on the camera, but it was showing me before. The space in the background of everything is awesome. It's so well done, bro.
But yeah, I mean, I was so unfortunate though because should I tell the staff story,
Yeah, what happened? You
or is that not the time now?
no.
Tell it, man.
Tell him,
If you
let
want
him
to
know.
tell it, you tell it, bro.
Let him know.
So
That's-
I know I just said I suggest getting a tattoo in Bali, and 100% I do, and go to Bali if you can. It's very cheap. But I was unfortunate enough when I was either right before I started my 3 days, before the first day, or in between the second and the third day, one of those two, I contracted golden staph, which is
How do you get that?
so on your skin. So a lot of wrestlers get it. If you're in a humid climate and you're always sweating on each other, not just on each other, but sweating in general, skin infections, bacteria, they thrive in like warm, humid climates and shit, and moist climates. And because Bali, everywhere you go, the air is
humid.
just hot, bro.
Yeah.
Even if it's raining, you're hot. So
Yeah.
you're always sweating. Like I was in no shirt half the time. But I would have just caught it. 1 in 3 people get staph, but it doesn't affect you like it should, unless you have any cuts or abrasions on your skin. So if you got staph, you wouldn't know, right, at all. You could pass it to me. None of us have cuts on us. We're sweet. It just goes away after however long. But if you happen to get a graze on you, aka getting a million fucking needle holes in your leg while getting tattooed in Bali, I got staph, and then I started doing the tattoo, whatever. I don't know at what point, but after the third day, I got up from like them finishing my leg, and my leg was so swollen that I was confusing it for trauma that the tattoo would have caused over the 3 days.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, surely I've never got a leg sleeve, but surely people flare up like this. Yeah, whatever. Went home, could barely walk, but I thought, bro, I just sat through 28 hours worth of tattooing, bro. So I'm like, I'm done. Went to bed, whatever, woke up the next day, couldn't see my kneecap at all. It was just the size of my quad, but my quad was bigger. So double the size. So that was, my leg was literally double the size of my original leg. And I don't have no chicken boy legs either. Like I don't have huge legs, but I don't have skinny legs.
You got some beefy legs.
So that was so big, bro. It looked like a cylinder. So imagine a cylinder.
Yeah, it was like
there was
one
no
shape.
kneecap, bro. So I was like, what the fuck? It started seeping, right? Like this gooey, pretty TMI, but like bloody clear like discharge from the back of my knee, because every time I would bend my knee, it would crack, the skin would crack, so there was always a gash, like the Stranger Things, the upside down, where it's just like some, did you watch Stranger Things?
Yeah,
where it's just like this opening of the upside down, like,
that's
like, yeah, bro. And I'm just like, these ones, I'm like, fucking wipe it. I'm like, it's like gooey as, and I'm just like, and I smelt it, bro. It smelled like dirty feet, but if dirty feet had an asshole and did a shit, it was that, bro. Like it was just like, it was so bad. So it was so bad as well when I was on the flight. So I finished the 3 days. So dumb. Don't do this as well. If you get a tattoo, do it in the middle of your trip, not the end.
Yeah, recover a bit.
I did it the last 3 days. So the day after we finished, we were on a flight that night.
Oh my
So
god, bro.
not just was my legs swelling up with staph, red and pus and discharge coming out here and there, like not all over my leg, but here and there. We get to the airport and go on the flight, and obviously I don't know if your legs do this, probably not, but some people are prone to their legs swelling and shit. You know what I mean, on the flight because of the pressure.
The pressure,
and all that shit. So I felt the whole flight, the first 2 hours, I watched fucking Black Adam, and then I was like, I couldn't barely bend my leg. And then like I would get up to go to the toilet, and then the back of my hemi was like seeping, so it was stuck to my shorts. And because I was pulling my shorts down to like cover the seat, so this discharge thing didn't go directly onto the seat, because that's like probably a bit dirty. So I pulled my shorts down so that all my shorts were covered on the back of the seat. So when I got up to go to the toilet, my ass was out. So Tori's got leant over to pull him up. But as she pulled him up, she ripped a bit of this. It felt like she was ripping skin off because the discharge, like the weepy bit was stuck to my shorts for so long. When she pulled it, went pull, and I was like, and it was so painful. I slapped her hand away like this, like she's gone for the cookie jar. You know what I mean? I went like a reaction. I didn't mean to, but I was like, fuck. Yeah. And then I just went to the toilet. I had to wash my shorts because they smell like fucking ass. Like I texted Tori because everyone was asleep. It was like an overnight flight, and I was like, "Bub, my fucking shorts smell like asshole. What the fuck?" I smelt that when you got up. Like when I got up, she smelt it.
Oh,
and because the infections, it's just like. And when the doctor,
infection.
I went. So the day we got home, went to the hospital that night, stayed overnight, put me on the IV drip, antibiotics and shit. Gave me a blood test, swabbed the cuts and stuff on the back of my leg. Ended up being golden staph. So they were telling me it was a dirty needle the whole time. But Lamina Tattoo is the most cleanest place. They open the fresh needles up in front of you.
Yeah.
So they had me second guessing them, and I'm like, those cunts, bro. I was gonna send them an inbox going off, bro. Like in bed with my leg up, going like, you motherfucker. Yeah. But then lucky I didn't, because the doctor the next day is going, I was actually golden staph. It was just the worst timing because you had all these little cuts on your leg, and the staph just went nice. Fucking boom.
Wow.
Like, my leg was red. It was fucked, bro. Like. And but the doctor actually said in some cases your leg in staph, some people die from staph if you don't treat it.
Really bad. Really?
But he actually said your swelling, the amount of swelling you have, you probably weren't far off getting your leg amputated.
What?
But then he said to me, he's like, if you got that leg amputated, I wouldn't worry because you'd still have two legs. Oh shit!
You be one down.
I like how he winked at him.
Yeah, a little tripod. But no, imagine.
Is that actually what he said?
No, I'm joking. It was for the joke, you know.
Is that what he had?
Bro, you got me, man. I was like, what?
Imagine that, yeah. I would have been like, thanks, Doc.
Holy fuck.
I'm like, take the leg, bro. No, but I was just joking. But it was pretty bad, bro. Like the guy. But I'm not joking about people, obviously, with staph. If they don't get it treated, and if you don't if you don't finish your antibiotics after they sent me home from the drip, they had me on the oral tablets, and they're like, if you don't finish the antibiotics, the staph can actually get immune to the antibiotics because you haven't finished the antibiotic cycle. You haven't fully killed it. So what it does is, it's not fully dead, the staph, but what it does is it develops the immunity to what you've discovered. So then when you try to dose it again, it's double as hard to get rid of. So it's almost like, oh, he didn't finish. It wakes up the staph. He's like, they didn't finish the antibiotics. Like, it's like The Walking Dead. Like, they just come fucking back up.
Jesus, man.
It's fucked, bro.
We should do that, man. Go for like a little week trip to Bali.
I'd love to.
Don't let that change your mind about getting tattooed.
You also have another tattoo.
That's an Aussie one, though.
That's an Aussie one. This costed me just over $6,000. This costed me $2,300, basically Australian.
Wow.
But like this one was done. I don't know. There was a part of my life where I went through a stage of like about mortality. I still am pretty interested with the whole topic, but I was really like, time is like crazy. Like how time is just like
it is
when you're younger, you have so many older people to look up to and be like, you're 30, bro. Like, and you're like 5 or fucking 10. But then, it's time is just like, and then you look at old photos. Photos trip me out. Like when your phone does those memory things, and then you know, fucking Tori's nephew Phoenix is getting old now. My old man as well. He's a silver fox, bro. Now he's just like grey as, and back in the day he was like a thick black mustache. So I was like, everyone ages, like mortality, all this stuff. So I went for like a.
That's cool.
It's like a half skull. Half her face is skull, and half her face obviously is like, you know, alive. Then the rose there, and then I went for a clock because I'm always late, so I got to make sure I'm on time. but like legit, the clock though, like I said, the spiral. It's like time just never ends. No matter what you feel in this life, no matter how either bad or good you're doing, nothing waits for no one. No matter you can you can stop and smell the roses and be like, I'm happy with what I've done, blah blah blah.
But time's still ticking.
If you're
bro.
doing shit, if you're a drug addict, homeless, this and that, okay, that's too bad for you, bro. Time
doesn't change, bro.
And then like, I'm not religious, but this was more of like a mortality thing. It's like, I imagine this as being like, do you know the tombstone angels? How they're on the tombstones?
Oh, yeah.
And then there's obviously tombstones there. but then the wing just goes across the back and the chest. But more of like and then hourglass, more time. You know what I mean? Anyone would think,
Bro, did that fucking hurt? I've been told by multiple sources this is the most painful one.
See up there where my shoulder meets my thing?
Man.
I was looking at him in the face at that point, just gritting my teeth, being like, I want to punch you so bad right now, bro. Like, but yeah, overcharged, but they go very light on the ink. But yeah, that was more of a phase I was going through. But that took me 4 years to do. So 4 years, I was still, I still am fascinated. I can talk about that shit for ages. I get deep. I get real deep. But yeah, there was that. And then obviously Egyptian leg sleeve because my dad's Egyptian. Mum's Pommy, but I mean, a tee and a scone wouldn't look good in tattoo form. So or a soccer ball. What would you get for England? Tee and a scone, a soccer ball, maybe Wayne Rooney.
Wayne Rooney. England's fucking, England's
what you got?
Sweeter. So you only got those two, is that it? The leg sleeve and the arm sleeve.
And
the two sleeves.
I needed to. I couldn't do the one. You know what I mean? I had to like even it up a bit. But
You've gone more Nintendo fucking.
I got my
anime.
first tattoo when my whole life growing up, I didn't want tattoos. I always said, no tattoos. And then
then one day this guy rocked up the family lunch, he's fucking covered. I was like,
when I turned 19, I was like, fuck it, I'll try it. And I got a little ank on my chest here.
I'll try it.
Then
I've seen that. Looks good.
Under the ank, I got 13 in Roman numerals because I was born on the 13th, just like 13. Then here I got Bowser on my chest, a big Nintendo fan. So I got Mewtwo on my wrist here.
Mewtwo, bro. I haven't heard that name in ages.
Wolf O'Donnell from Star Fox here. I got Ridley on my forearm. I got Shadow the Hedgehog. Everyone says it's Sonic.
Sonic is Shadow.
At work too, all the mums with their young sons and
black
shit.
and white.
Oh, Sonic. I'm like, bro,
come on, bro.
it's Shadow, man. Come on.
But
You see the stripe? I got the villains. It's all the villains because they look cooler.
If that was color, more
You'd know
obvious
because he's
but,
black.
But obviously if you're a hardcore fan, you know by the look whether it's black or white. But yeah,
of course, right? Everyone's gonna get confused. I don't give a fuck. But and then I got
Endo
Ganondorf.
Hedgehog.
What the fuck is that? Then I got Ganondorf here from Legend of Zelda. So all the villains, I get King K. Rool here, and then once I do that, I got the ships from Star Fox here too. But I'll fill it in, so it's gonna be a sleeve. It's a bit sticker style at the moment, but it's because I'm doing it bit by bit. Very expensive,
Yeah.
And then on my right arm, I got just an octopus with a lighthouse and the moon and a pirate ship because I'm very into as well the ocean and shit. I always love the ocean. Octopus, my favorite animal. And
is it actually?
Yeah, it is. They're fucking mad. And then I got the moon here, which I'm very into space too. So space and the ocean. So this is gonna behind the moon. It's gonna turn into space. So I have planets and shit and stars. It'll go across my chest. And then also behind my ears, I got a silhouette of a dove here for my daughter. Her name's Dove. And then I got this too shall pass. On my other, but down below my neck, which is similar thing with the time. Times always flow. Everything. If you feel happy, you feel good, you got a promotion at your work, this too shall pass, man. You're not gonna feel good forever. If you're sad, you feel like shit, this too shall pass. You're not gonna be sad forever. Everything's always moving, so just be present, enjoy every moment as it is right now. Because this too shall pass.
I've got to catch up on the tattoos, man. Fucking hell.
Yeah, man. Do you like tattoos? What's your plan, man? Do you like tattoos or what?
I love tattoos.
I've
always been into tattoos.
My whole body.
Again, thanks to mum. Mum, she's got fucking.
She's getting one soon.
She's got heaps of tattoos. So ever since I could remember, I wanted tattoos. But I've always wanted tattoos like Joey, full
sleeve.
But I'm just the pain is that unbearable, and not to mention too over the years what's grown on me because I'm a fucking skinny guy. I feel like I'd suit the stencil.
Sticker art,
the stick. I feel like I'd suit it because, like, when skinny guys, you see them and they've got that and it kind of looks cool. I feel like I just suit it more. So I think you would suit it. Yeah, so I'm kind of now edging towards trying to think of just a bunch of whole cool random shit I can just for one arm and just to see. If I don't like it, I'll do the full sleeve on the other. But the pain factor for me and the money, obviously, at the moment, the pain. First things first, I want to cover this up and go from the bottom of it all the way up to my pec.
If the pain's a problem for you too,
not just that, pain
the
is
sticker
a problem.
art is better.
Yeah, but like what you just said, pain, right? Oh, testy pop. You were saying about pain, but you want to get it on the most hurtful
painful
part.
spot.
How cool would it look though?
Oh my god, amazing! But you got to make sure to go back and finish it, bro.
Yeah,
but get the numbing cream, bro. Trust me.
Oh, bro, I'm gonna stack
you wrap it in Glad Wrap after as well, so you let it set for an hour. So you rub it in, but not fully rub it in. Just rub it in enough so it's white,
and then pump it on.
Tape.
And then get the tattoo.
Yeah, but you leave this on for an hour or so, and then tattoo, and then like you might have to take a break again. But
I feel that.
And the last anonymous one before we get into Instagram polls quickly was: do you miss school? I do sometimes. You know, you guys miss school.
I miss the social
Yeah.
side was cool.
Yeah, like I'm not like
I always
waking up
liked
every day.
school.
You
But-
know? I'm not waking up every day being like, oh, I miss fucking brother Jeffrey Regan. Our fucking
Hold on. Should I do some more
Principal.
speak pipes?
Yeah,
then
do
before-
speak pipe, and then we'll go on Instagram.
Right.
Bro, I swear the mothers aren't raising their daughters properly anymore. I just made a video recently, right, about these schoolgirls. They're like 12, bro, and they're wearing like shorts so you can see their undies in and stuff. It's disgusting. And it's always like, I don't know if this is a stereotype, but it's always the Catholic schoolgirls. You'll see on the uniform, Catholic schoolgirl, whatever it is. Anyways, I just want to know you guys' opinions on like these girls, like young girls, they're being indoctrinated by Cardi B, by all these celebrity. You know, you're gonna be a bad bitch, whatever. You know, go put
Now
on
he's getting
50
somewhere.
kilos of makeup, go show off, instead of actually preaching about girls getting an education. Everyone comes at Andrew Tate, but no one actually talks about all these female influencers that are influencing girls and young girls, not like just any girls, like girls under the age of 18, influencing them to, you know, fucking, they have to go wear Gucci bags and get fucking designer and all this stuff. It's putting a bad image on them. Why can't there be a female celebrity? I haven't seen any female celebrity encouraging girls to do something for themselves. Like, we need, like, and at least Andrew Tate, like, you know, he says some funny stuff sometimes, you know, not everyone's gonna agree, but at least he's encouraging men to be like, you know, go.
You're right, but the thing is, man, sex sells, my friend, and nothing's ever going to change because men are cavemen, and women hold the key with that, and sex sells. So I agree with everything you say, and I wish we could live in an ideal society. It wouldn't be like that, you know. But the thing is, you look at all these female rappers and female influencers.
Hendo Hedgehog.
They get so much further by just portraying the sex and the image, and it's just never going to change. It's just never going to change. You look at TikTok influencers and everything. They're always the girls with millions of followers. They're not doing anything any different to anyone else. They just got millions of followers because they're a girl and they're doing provocative dancing. And it's going to work every time.
Imagine if guys started opening TikToks and you're just standing there. No matter how attractive you are, there's something weird about, like, it would be harder being a male stripper. I know this is off topic. It would be harder being a male stripper or being someone more like trying to be sexy than a girl trying to be sexy. Like, a girl doesn't really have to do much to be sexy if she's good looking. But a good looking guy just says, if he does like a little, like, what's he gonna do? Twerk? And like, and I'll be like, oh yeah, like, it's like so like
There's less for a man to do. I see what you're saying.
Yeah. But like, yeah, like you said, sex does sell. Continue though. You weren't finished, I don't think.
No, I was finished. That's
Yeah?
it, man. Like,
Okay.
you're right, Zexa. And in an ideal world, I don't like it either. No one likes to see these young girls being corrupted and already. But it's just the media, it's the stuff that it's just the way life is, and you have to kind of do your best to raise your kids right. It comes down to parenting always. You know, raise your kids the best way you can.
Yeah, me and my missus were talking about it literally a couple of days ago. Like, I can't remember who we were talking about. If it was like Lizzo or like Megan Trainor or something. It was like a overweight singer, and I was like, I don't care what anyone fucking says. It's not right that these, especially people like Lizzo, that they're overweight, right? Now, fair enough if you've got an eating disorder, you've got a disability, you've got something that you can't help why you weigh what you weigh. But if you're choosing every night to eat a fucking pizza and drink a fucking liter bottle of Coca-Cola and then the next day make a song about how sexy you are and walking around on stage wearing fucking little tight bikinis and your fucking fat's hanging out and that, I don't give a fuck what anyone says. That's fucking wrong, because then people wonder why there's young little girls that are age 2 and they weigh fucking 15 kilos. You know what I mean?
We were talking about this the other day too. It's funny you say that.
It's not fucking
being
right, mate.
overweight. There's nothing wrong with being overweight,
But it's not
but
healthy.
it shouldn't be championed as like,
Yes.
you can be overweight and you're still sexy, and you should be overweight. Be proud of your body. You shouldn't be proud of your body. You should work on getting healthier.
Yes.
Being overweight is a health thing.
It's a health issue, bro.
We don't go
Mental
to
as well, as much
heavy
as physical.
smokers. We don't go to heavy smokers and go, you're a heavy smoker. You're beautiful, proud, heavy smoker, so healthy. Keep smoking every single day. We don't go fucking eat a cheeseburger every single day. Come on. You're beautiful. Eat that fucking... You should work on being healthier. There's nothing wrong if you're working towards it, but it's not sexy. It's not the in thing. It shouldn't be championed as something that people want to strive to be. Because it's unhealthy.
It's unhealthy because your heart would be fucked, your cholesterol would be through the roof, diabetes, all that shit. If you're overweight, you've shed 20 years off your life. You know what I mean? And but these singers, and it always seems to be a female. I don't know why. I get it. All female are beautiful in their own way, no matter how they look or their weight. But you shouldn't be overweight and then trying to and making songs and albums about it. And
but that's where they got to toe the line, right? Like they want to. I think it's like
be a line,
when they do the whole empowerment stuff. Like I know it's not healthy, but like, fuck. At the same time, if you are currently overweight but you're trying,
that's a different story.
But I think they're trying to, like, if you're like one of those girls or people in general, not just girls, guys as well, where you train and shit, and then even if you're like eating all right, it's just harder to lose weight. You know what I mean? Maybe that empowerment thing is good for people that are doing that, and they're at least trying, and they might just be going for. Not really to lose fat and get skinny. Maybe they know that's probably not in the cards, but at least even if you're a kind of overweight person, but you still go to the gym regularly, surely that's better. And even if you don't get full mad ripped, surely that's better than a person the same weight that doesn't train. You know what I mean? So it's like it would like all that empowerment. I get it's not healthy and don't be champion. Like there's a line, like, you know what I mean? Don't be like, but
I get what you're
but
saying.
they're trying to be positive to those people that are. Just because they're overweight, it doesn't mean like. But it is like sometimes they do it so much excessively. Like they try to force feed you where it turns into something like you're gonna have someone at the same time that's trying to lose weight, and they go, "Fat is sexy," but it's like,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's like most things. It's not so black and white. There's
voluptuous is sexy, voluptuous, but that's like a percentage of fat. But if you're more than voluptuous, it's just like
Nans, and your uncle was shooting me with the paper with the rubber band. I was like, your shit, and then he went, bah, and got me real good, and I cried for like an hour. Yeah, that sucked.
So shout out Zachy Moore, man. So
I knew that was
just long story short, we're at my nan's house and we were shooting each other like these little rubber clips, and then he shot my uncle, and then my uncle Theo just come down and just goes bang, and then he fucking fucked him up. It was fucking mad. Shout out you, bro. Here we go. One from Harlem. Shout out from one of the Brizzy boys. I think they've got a show on tomorrow.
Hey, yo, big love to the fellas over at FriendlyFire. All you guys doing the FireCast. I love your work. I love what you guys are doing. My name's Harlem. For anyone listening, I come from the sunny coast in Queensland, but we're going big this year. There's been lots happening. Just last week, a fellow artist in Queensland called Desert Point hosted a D-Cypher that's been on all platforms for the last week. It's got Megalodon, myself, Jaden Wakefield, Control, Shay Burns, and everyone just comes with it. I also have new solo singles coming out myself. My next single comes out March 17th. It's called Kill It, and it's an absolute fire track, and definitely needs to be ran up. So keep an eye out on that one, and every 2 to 3 weeks after that, I'll be dropping new singles for quite a while. I've got a lot in the bag, a lot ready to go, so there's going to be lots happening. Also in Queensland, I'm trying to get some more rap battles happening. I'm hearing whispers that the scene is starting to be revitalized, and I want to be a part of it. I love rap battles, and I would be happy to host them as well. So any Queensland listeners or people willing to travel, message Harlem, message me, reach out, tell me your interest. I want to get some big rap battles happening again and make this scene be like it once was or even bigger. Big love to you guys. Big love to the FireCast.
Yeah,
That's a business idea right there, bro.
rap battle.
but does he mean the acapella where there's no beat?
Yeah,
just
yeah,
like,
yeah.
yo, I went to
Hardcore
your
rap
mom's
battle.
house.
Yeah.
And,
No,
like,
bro, because again, shout out Harlem, man. He seems like a good talker, this guy, man. But shout out you, bro. He's got some fucking mad boom bap tracks.
he was
and
very,
that.
very well spoken, eh?
Yeah. So back in the day, you can look. They're on YouTube, bro. So when we did the podcast with our Personal Space, he was involved with the rap battle scene, and this shit's like scenes out of 8 Mile. These cunts are
That's
in
what
a
I imagined.
room.
Yeah.
Bro, I'd fly up there once a month to be involved, just to meet people, bro. Because again, Brizzy's popping, bro. So that's not a fucking bad idea, bro. Shout out you. So here we got another one from Shako.
Yo, it's Shaka. I'm asking the boys a question. If you've been asked this before, then I've got a second question just in case. Would you rather stroke your dad's dick or have your dad stroke your dick? What would you rather do, huh? What would you rather do?
Okay. Can I say both? No, jokes.
I thought he was gonna come with some philosophical.
Something, bro, yeah.
What is the meaning of life, boys? Well,
I ain't stroking my dad's dick. Oh, I don't want to get my dick stroked either.
well, our dad's not around, so we can't do that.
It's like what is it? The question is like you're half an inch in your dad's ass, but
Like your mum's behind you or something. Like, fuck. All right, man. Jesus Christ.
fuck.
Shout out you. He's been around too for a while.
We're not going to answer. I mean, you got to answer. It's you don't.
well.
Joey's
You gotta answer, bro. It's like you obviously don't want to do either, but that's the whole point. You're
Okay,
like, what would you rather do?
I'd rather get him to stroke my dick.
Yeah, same.
I want the pleasure. Like,
Close your eyes.
Yeah. Oh, you're a sick fuck if you're like, I'm definitely jerking him off. Like,
hey, Dad. Okay. Done. So this is another great one. I'm glad this young fellow sent something in. So Jimmy or Jimmy Too Huge, which is Sally's
James.
partner, James, man. We've been meaning to get
Sick
him
cunt.
on for a while. He's a musician as well. He's got his own business, so he'd be a great episode.
Very well
So
spoken. Very
I'll
well spoken.
Probably message him, see if we can tee him up for next week. So shout out you, Jimmy, man. I fucking love this guy. This guy is like the dad I never had. This cunt. This cunt. He's like my mate who's my dad. He's like so...
But like a hot dad, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Like I'd stroke his dick if it was.
Yeah.
But he's like so wise and nice and like he's just the nicest guy, bro.
Like, if you don't like that guy, it's like, the other person's the issue.
Yeah,
Like, you know what I
100%.
mean?
Yeah, 100%. All right, let's see what Jimmy has to say.
Boys, how are we?
Good.
Iggy, DZ, hope you're well, brother. Hope the family's well.
Joey.
Man,
Here's one that's
Hey, Joey. Hey, Joey. Shout out to Joey.
always, I guess, tickled my pickle the more I think about it. And I haven't read this anywhere. I think it's something you boys will like. It's just something that's always baffled me. So it's about dreams. So in reality, you're having a conversation with someone. You don't know what that person's going to say, right? So that's totally up to them. Whatever comes out of their mouth comes from their mind. It's a culmination of all of their experiences. And you could never know what they're going to say. You might think you know, but it's not up to you. In a dream, you have those exact same conversations with people. They feel exactly the same. The interactions are identical. Everything is the same. The difference is that how is it that I don't know what that person's going to say in a dream, yet it's all in my head. So I've got to come up with it. My brain's got to come up with it. Yeah, when it comes out of their mouth, I don't know what it is. It's new information. It's new news to me. But I've got to think about it. So, yeah.
James, that is a question. Hold up, stop.
The more I think about it, the more I'm like, wait, how does that work? But anyway, I thought you boys would like that one.
I never thought of it like that.
I could go on about dreams forever.
Thought about
that's
it
so
like
true,
that.
because
I've never thought of that.
You're conjuring up that
dream.
image or that dream, but then you're also like, yeah, what the fuck?
Dreams are another universe. I'm convinced it's something else because we know
But
so little about them. Everyone has them. No one questions it. It's got to be a different dimension or something.
But is your mind the own creator of those dreams, or do you reckon
it is.
I don't think so.
But do you reckon you're put? But it is, because have you ever thought about something right before you go to sleep and then you dream about it, or I don't know.
You can only dream about things that are in your head.
Yeah,
I
that's your
think
experience.
like, it's like DMT, and your brain is like a key to another world, and it's like
Yeah.
a bit of both. You access it through there somehow. But dreams are so weird. They're so fucking weird, man.
I
don't know.
imagine everyone in the dream plane has no legs, really. Like, you think they have legs, but really they're just like ghosts. Like, the torso up is like who you imagine, but then it's like,
Like a
people
tail.
but you just
What happens in my dreams mostly is I'm trying to do something and I can't do it. That's the worst, mate.
when you're running from someone and you're like, you're not moving.
See, I've never had those dreams. Like, my dreams are bent cunt dreams. It's always me and like the boys, and I'd be like in a rowboat rowing, but I'm on grass.
What?
I swear to God. And then it's me and the boys just going like, ooh, ooh, ooh. And then like we just, bro, do you know how many times Chloe said the scariest thing about me, other than the crocodile growl, is
What?
see.
Crocodile growl.
So apparently, yeah, well, on one of the episodes we spoke about before we got you on, apparently I like make a noise and I don't even know that I'm doing
Every
it.
now and then he just goes,
I just like growl. But anyway,
Okay,
super
go,
weird.
keep going.
Anyway,
but anyway, Chloe said one of the scariest things that I do other than the crocodile growl is, especially when back in our party days when we were doing substances a lot like substances and drinking a lot more and that.
Meth.
Like heroin. I was literally apparently in my sleep and I'd be smiling, going like laughing like a villain. But I'm laughing at funny shit that's happening in my dream. And you want to know the culprit all the time? It was always either Brad or Josh McCann in my dream doing something stupid, bro.
That's mad that you are actually for the boys. You dream about your mates all the time. Like,
mate, my life's a constant party. And Chloe would try to wake me up because she'd be spooked. Because I wake her up in the middle of the night at like 2 a.m. because I'm laughing in my fucking sleep.
Yeah, freaky for her because there's no context. The room's dark. It's black.
No context.
And you're just like,
I'm just going.
but to you, it's like so like joyous.
And I'm in this dream just having the
Having a
best
great
time
time.
ever. They're my dreams. I've never had a dream that I can remember of like me getting chased by like a monster and I can't run. Or a big one is when you're in a fight but you feel like you can't swing the punches and that. I've never had any of those.
My dreams aren't ever scary. I never have scary dreams, so it's not like I'm running away from something. I've had those back in the day, but like they're never scary. It's always like I'm trying to piss or something, and for whatever reason I can't piss, or I'm trying to put petrol in my car for
And you
whatever
just can't,
reason.
yeah.
Every step I take is another. It's another
Hurdle.
step back. Yeah, another hurdle to get to my goal, and the whole dream is me trying to do something, and I keep getting setbacks every time. But Rose has the most gruesome, brutal, horrifying dreams.
Like nightmares,
almost every night.
Really?
Always.
Really?
She wakes up and tells me about these fucked up dreams about this fucked up thing that happened. And for her, it's just normal. Like, that's just every
my
night. She has
word.
terrible dreams.
Does she like horror movies?
No, she hates horror movies. Stays away from scary shit.
So she'd be like sleeping with a fucking knife almost.
Yeah, under a
just
pillow.
for her
Like-
dreams, yeah.
She's always been like that. But me, never scary. I hardly remember my dreams. But when I do, it's a dream where I'm like fucking trying to
Can't
do
get petty
something
in
and I
it.
can't.
Jesus
But
Christ.
so going back to James's thing, right? Like when you're thinking about like whatever else is in your dream, can you imagine? Can you remember? Can any of you guys remember like knowing like this is how it's probably going to go? Like you're the writer of this play that's in your head, or when you experience dreams, are you always, if you can recall, are you always like shocked at what happens? I feel like when I'm in the dream, I know the vibe before, like not many words are said, if any, but I feel like I know what's going to happen, kind of like the vibe, like this is a good vibe or bad vibe. So
Yeah.
in saying that, returning to what James said, he's saying he doesn't know what they're going to say. Me personally, I guess, yes, I can understand where he's coming from, but also I don't know what they're going to say, but I feel like I know what's about to take place. Like
You're pushing
if
it in
it's
the direction.
danger or if it's
Yeah.
fun, I'm like, or if I'm doing something, I know what's happening. I'm like the choreographer of my dream almost.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
that's how I feel a little bit. That's like going back to his question directly. Like I feel like I don't know what they're going to say, but I know like, okay, you're bad news. Or
But you
this
know
is-
the vibe. You know the vibe. Like,
Yeah.
You sound like, so another thing about Rose is that she's also very frequent lucid dreamer. So a lot of the time she can control her dreams and
Really?
she changes. If she's having a scary dream, she can change it and fly away and change
my
it.
God.
You sound like I never can control my dreams. I've had like 2 lucid dreams in my life and they're like half lucid. But you sound like you're a bit more in control of your dreams. You can kind of take.
Bro, I've
the
gone back to
direction.
dream. If I've woken up and I'm loving that dream, sometimes I'm like, I go,
can't do that.
I'm like, not all the time, but there was times where I really wanted it, and maybe I was really tired as well because I fell deep again. Like you have to fall back deep. You can't just go. Your eyes are rolling around. I just, 10 minutes before the alarm was about, I was like, and I was a really nice dream, and I'm like, yeah, let's go. And then I literally went like, I don't know, like, and then the second time I tried and it wasn't like nothing, but I went back there for another 10 minutes, but felt like 2 seconds, bro.
Yeah.
See, I can't do that. So you sound like if you know about lucid
This isn't
dream and
often,
shit.
yeah, but that's not often, bro.
Have you
Like that's
lucid
probably
dreamed
happened
before?
maybe on one hand. I can count.
If you practice,
Have you lucid dreamed?
you
I don't know what that
probably do
is. No,
whatever
I
you
mean,
want.
not as far as I know. When someone says lucid dreaming, it's like such a vague term. I don't know what it means. Like you can control your dream, but what
do
is that?
anything
Like
you want.
Really?
you're fully,
Anything you
you're
want.
fully
Fully
in
in
control.
control.
Yeah.
And you're fully conscious of your inner dream.
You
and
know
what's
you're
going
asleep.
on.
Oh, yeah,
You
I
know
know.
you're
There's
Maybe-
stories of people who lucid dream, like a writer would. So say I'm an author, I'm writing a book, right? I'll write the book during the day, I'll go to sleep, write the book in my dream, keep writing the book, wake up and write down everything I dreamt. So it's like you're working in your sleep.
Yeah.
People who lucid dream can do that.
Yeah, wow. See, I can't say I've done that, but I feel like I know what's about to take place.
But you can practice to do it.
Yeah,
That's the
true.
thing. There's ways
So what-
to learn
so-
to lucid dream.
So they practice by writing it down, did you say? And
There's a lot of tips. Like one big thing that I did for a while, because I really wanted to do it when I was a couple of years ago, was when you wake up, write down in a journal, keep a journal by your bedside. First thing you do in the morning when you wake up, write down everything you can remember.
That's the first step, isn't it, for lucid dreaming?
And when I was doing that, I still remember those dreams that I wrote down. So just writing them down, to this day, I can recall those dreams because I just wrote down key points.
Yeah.
And remembering is a big step in lucid dreaming.
Yeah.
So the better you get at remembering your dreams, the more close you can become to lucid dreaming.
Because that's the trick, right? Because you can recall a dream. It works both ways. I've recalled a dream perfectly as soon as I've woke up. By the time I get to work, I'm like, But then the opposite has happened where I'm like, bro, what? I was running from who? And I'm like looking at Tori. I'm like, I've seen you. Like, you were in my dream. I don't know what the fuck was happening. But then I've gone later in the day and I'm like, oh, this happened. And then it goes. But it's like a delayed effect almost sometimes. It's fucking strange.
Yeah, it's fuck.
And another thing about lucid dreaming is another tip they say is to like always check your watch or have a phrase you say or something, or like imagine a red ball, and then every time in your dream you see a red ball in your dream, you'll go, oh, the red ball, that means I'm dreaming.
Like Inception.
Now, yeah.
Oh,
so,
okay, yeah.
But you know what's trippy about this is that they say to check your watch and always make a habit of checking the time. So in your dream, you check the time, because this is super fucking weird. In your dreams, time never moves. You can look at a clock in your dream. Everybody, look at a clock in your dream. It will never move. Ever. You can't move time in your dream.
I can't say I've ever seen a clock in my dream.
Yeah, but
How weird is that?
Wow.
Why? That makes me think there's more to dreams than we know, because you cannot make time move in a dream. You'll never see a clock change in your dream.
Maybe because you're just so present in your own mind that you're over conscious. Like, as in, like, I don't know, like
It's
you're,
weird,
You're
man.
focusing, like, I don't know, it's all in your head.
I get what you're saying, though.
But then all you're doing is sleeping, but everything is happening in your head
Right
like-
now.
But did you hear like this back in the day? You used to like whisper to people that just fell asleep in things in their ear, and apparently it could make them dream that. Did you hear that? I don't know if that's true, but you
No,
could
I
just
never
go.
heard that.
You could just go like, or you can say like, oh, this and that. You can say something, and then maybe, or you put their hand in a glass of water and they'll piss themselves.
piss
Yeah,
themselves.
yeah,
I don't know if that was actually true, but like,
wow, Jimmy really started.
I was gonna
Yeah,
say,
bro.
Jimmy,
Holy
Mate,
man.
I'm gonna fucking message
Get him
James.
on,
we'll
man.
get him on for next
Yeah,
week.
we got to get him on.
Yeah,
man.
because he's a fucking,
That was an awesome
That was
point,
a
bro.
fucking. I'm sure episode with him will be a fucking 3 hour
Oh,
mega
bro.
fucking. All right, I'm gonna quickly. There's only 4 left. I'll munch through these and then we'll finish off the
Yeah,
the
let's
polls.
go, man.
All right, shout out fucking Mega Man. He already knows who he is, man. Let's go. What do we got?
What's up, FireCast, you beautiful bastards? It's your boy Meg here. Just wanted to drop by and say you guys are a couple of legends and you're killing it with everything you're doing lately. Been really enjoying the podcast. Every Tuesday morning I chuck that on and listen to it on my way to work, on the way home from work. And, you know, I get all my important conspiracy theories from you guys. So keep up the good work, fam. And I'll definitely be copping me some merch very soon as I'm not broke anymore, which is a never-ending journey as far as I'm concerned.
Facts.
But tell you what, that model you got on the website, he's a fucking cutie. Yeah, I just wish you had a bit more of a range, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, I want you guys to make sure you check out the Conquest EP dropping next Friday on the 17th. So make sure you cop a bit of Shallow Waters EP in your ear holes. Friday 17th. It's fucking dope EP. Shout outs to everyone, and yeah, I think I'm gonna go now.
Shout out you, man.
I was
Boy,
going to say Shallow Waters EP, man.
high
Megalodon.
five. I feel like
that
we're
was
making.
that felt
it feels
good to hear.
Like, that people are enjoying what we're doing, man. It's
And
weird.
and
It's
he had
weird.
he had a little routine, bro, every Tuesday just on the way to work, and that's the best time to listen to a pod because I feel like
Yeah.
you're more
You're driving,
in
you're-
tune with it as
yeah.
well because you're just driving, like listening,
Nothing
like,
else to do.
Yeah,
I think what will be cool maybe next week, if we record on the Friday or Saturday, the album will be out. We'll maybe do like a cool little like
Listening
song,
session.
we'll just listen to like 1 or 2 songs, just to fucking help get the boys out there. Another anonymous. Is this Zexa?
Bro, someone has to check out, like, if you haven't heard it already, please check out Ronnie Radke or Falling in Reverse's new song, Let the World Burn. It is fucking amazing. And I know Dylan Mr. DZ the Goat will love it a lot. But if you haven't listened to it, give it a quick listen, and because it's fucking nuts.
Aussie
Shout
slang.
out Aussie slang.
slang. No. Man, this episode is brought to you by Trip Jacker Mafia Records, man. Holloway, fucking Aussie slang, Mo B,
motherfucker's wearing the
Joey.K,
shirt.
Friendly Fire, DZ, by Steven, who's got a new song out, man. Pop. We're fucking
Show
everywhere.
the shirt, man. TripJacketApparel.com. Get yourself
Got
a
the
Friendly
little-
Fire
like, can you
gear,
even
man.
fucking-
We got all the merch on there.
A little fucking Phoenix on there,
Shout
bro.
out Aussie
Trip
slang. I
Jacker
know
Mafia.
you're a fan of Fall
Love
in
you.
Reverse.
Which is-
Man. I haven't heard the new song, but
Also started his new fucking YouTube channel, man,
Oh,
which the
yeah.
videos have been making me laugh, bro.
I've been
So
watching them, man.
check
So
that
shout
out,
out
man.
to you,
Fucking love that guy. Two
gotta
more,
get you on
man.
another app, man. soon.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Two more. Daddy?
The Wookiee.
Who the hell was that? Do you know who that was?
No idea.
Was that you?
Everyone, give your best Chewbacca. Go, do it. Give your best Chewbacca.
That was pretty good. That was pretty good.
That was good.
And then one more
Let's
German guy from the city.
I know this is.
Guten Tagen.
This is Piers.
Hey, mate, you're such a cunt. Hey. What are you asshole doing here?
Bro, so
Was that Piers?
we went to the city one time, and there was this German cunt outside the club. You know, you go outside and there's always people standing around and shit. There was this German guy. He could hardly speak a bar of English, but the boys were talking to him like he was fucking, like they knew what he was saying. And that's what he was saying, hey, like, because we were roasting him, the guy was trying to say, like, you're such a cunt, hey. Like, he was talking like a fuckwit. Oh, that's a little inside.
Shout out, but I'm sorry, boys, but I realized I also got sent two more on Instagram because people saw the post
And think it's a
and thought that it was just send me a voice message to FireCast, so they were sending it to me on Instagram. And I was like, no, you got to fucking click on the fucking link, man. But I got one sent by the man himself, the biggest entertainer in Sydney, Andrew Bristow. I've been trying to get this guy on this show for the past 2 years, and he is the busiest guy in the world.
I gotta drag him in.
Bro, we need to.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, that episode will be our biggest hit because this cunt.
He has some stories, bro.
Bro, so this is a guy we used to.
I know. I've met him many times. I know.
Bro, he's now on tour with the Magic Men.
Yeah, he does Magic
Stripping
Mike and shit.
Yeah. Do you follow him on Instagram?
He actually does a few extra roles in movies now. Like there's a new.
Yeah.
Do you know that new John Abraham movie, The Last of Kings? Kings
Oh,
of
yeah,
Kings?
I've heard of that. Is
I
he in
think
it?
it's that.
Yeah.
So he's in a scene where, don't get me wrong, it's small roles, but he's Ryan Gosling was on one of the sets, but he was just an extra. But he was just like, he just wanted to get down on all fours and suck his dick, bro. He was just like the most handsome guy. But he's like, I'm on the set with Ryan, and I know Ryan Gosling. He's that important, right? He was sitting there. Apparently, like he was getting his makeup done as he was sitting. And he didn't have to do anything. And Bristow's just like in the back, like an extra, but still like pretty crazy,
that's
right?
how you get
But
big.
that's how you get. That's how you get. Because and then maybe you make yourself a bit extra of an extra, like really, if you're going to lean into it, be an extra, be a good extra, you know what I mean? And then eventually maybe you do something that's, well, I'm not mad. So
I
he's
like
doing
this guy.
So he's doing like stripping, but he's also trying to branch out because obviously with stripping, unless you can, I guess you can do it as a lifetime career, but like it's very niche, bro. Like when you're younger, fair enough. Then you fall off, you got other priorities. His relationships usually work pretty well with women that, you know, because they usually meet him in that job
field. Yeah.
So he usually gets a pretty headstrong woman. Like currently, he's dating this Ash. Like Ash is a nice girl. She's chill, like laid back. You know what I mean? Which you got to be. Imagine being like
with a stripper.
Really
you can't
date jealous, bro. Like you motherfucker. You should be looking at me the whole time. Stands in the front row. Like look at me and dance. Yeah.
But he was also in an extra site movie on Stan, whatever the fuck it was. And he's like got his shirt off as the fireman. Me and Chloe were watching, we were cracking up.
Yeah, he's one of the like best boys, right? He's so fucking.
Yeah, I met. He's a fucking cool
He's a
dude,
good
man.
guy.
I met him
I
a
love
few
him,
times.
bro.
Yeah.
And the cool thing is I was good mates with him before he was a stripper. But he told me and the boys that he wanted to strip, and me and the boys like, bro, that's fucking so cool. And now, like 4 years later, 5 years later, he's actually doing it. So let's see what he had to say.
Just seen something on the image. It just said send a voice message, and this is Bristow's Life 101 coming to you live. Currently up at Coffs Harbour, just waiting to start a show with a sold out of 200 women, and that's just the Thursday night. Friday we got the same thing again, and then obviously day after that we get back in the city for Sydney Saturday night to start obviously the basis of the regular show every Saturday night. Stories to be involved with that, man. I don't even know if I'm allowed to legally say that on a. big podcast like yourself. But yeah, I'm sure if we get on there, I'm sure we can share some grimy stories from the past. A few little old whack-up stories, my blind days. There's a few damaging days. Oh, there's too many stories to begin with, to be honest. But man, I'd love to jump on podcasts with you boys one day and just start spitting some shit about obviously my life and back and forth, you know what I mean? Because you guys are a part of it too, you know what I mean? You guys have been the ups at the beginning and everything as well. But yeah, man, 100%. Like, we definitely need to get a day or obviously a time soon where we could all just get up, get into a podcast, bro, have a few drinks, bit of a smoke, and just, unravel some absolute distorting shit.
and when he says a bit of a smoke, he means
he loves his Billies, He loves his Billies. Man, shout out, Bristow.
Let me just say, if you can't tell, this cunt is living the life. You can hear he's sending a voice in the background and shit. Like,
his weekends, he's never doing nothing on the weekend, bro. That's what it baffles me. Like, he loves it, but he's all about that, and he's that energy he gives off is that. Like, when he's in a room, bro, I don't even have to like. You don't even have to try and hear him. There, there's a laugh or there's a...
Yeah.
He's like, sometimes people don't know how to take him because he's just so like charismatic. And then some people are just like, they don't meet his level. So when you meet someone that's already up here, like he's been there, he'll bust in and everyone's like, this chill. He's like, yo, and he's like, oh my God. Like, yeah. But like people...
I love that.
Bro, you could just feel the happiness radiating through the phone. Yeah, this guy loves what he's doing. He's loving life. Like, it's just good to be around that kind of energy.
He's a fucking good guy, man.
Fucking shout out to you, man.
So many good times.
We got to get him on, man.
Definitely.
I've got one more voice message I got, which is a story from Uncle Phil. So Uncle Phil, another big listener, he's always sending me conspiracies and stuff, which I do need to go back through and sort of we can touch up on them. He used to roof tile with him now. He now owns his own fucking roofing business and that. So shout out to Uncle Phil. He sends me this.
We'll let the person of interest be. Okay. Oh, Johnny, you want to hear a fucking story? I got a fucking hoot for you. We'll let the person of interest be called, let's just call him Johnny. So Johnny, young Johnny, right? We're at my house in the morning. We all meet up at my house at 6:30 in the morning. I got two teams. You know, I got Johnny and Johnny.2. Then I got Bullfed and Bullfed 1. Right? So Bullfed and Bullfed 1, I go, all right, go to our factory, like our head office, you know, FXR headquarters of St. Mary's. Unload some of the tiles at the factory that you had, you know, left over from the day before. Shit. Johnny 1 and Johnny 2, you're going to Austral today. The job is at Austral. Boys, we're doing an Austral job. Yeah, no worries. Johnny 1 and Johnny 2, they leave first. It's fucking 7 o'clock. It's 10 past 7. So they'll get there 7:30 from my joint. I had to go with Banana 1 to go to Bunnings to pick up nails, pick up sarking, blah, 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 go and get all this crap. So then later, Bullfed 1 and Bullfed 2, they ring me about 8 o'clock after they went and unloaded the tyres. They got to the job. Hey, where's Johnny 1 and Johnny 2? So what do you mean? Oh, it's 8 o'clock, we're at the job, they're not here. I said, oh, that's fucking bit odd. It only takes half an hour to get there from my joint. You know, it's Mount Druitt to Austral, it's 35 minutes. So we try to ring Johnny 1 and Johnny 2. Ringing, no answer. So, oh, no worries. So then I end up getting to Austral. About this time it's about 8:30. It's fucking 8:30, nearly 9 o'clock. It's like probably 8:45 by the time I fucking get there. No one's there. So I got Bullfed 1 and Bullfed 2. They're there at, you know, 8 o'clock. They start the roof. So I get there, start helping them. Buddy, Johnny 1 rings me. Oh, Phil. So where are you? So where the fuck are you, cuz? What are you doing? Where are you? Oh, you won't believe what happened to me. I'm at Pit Town. What do you mean you're at Pit Town? Right? Oh, I drove to the wrong place. So what are you fucking talking about? So is this guy having a laugh, right? It's fucking, 9 o'clock now. So what do you mean you drove to fucking Pit Town? We're in Austral. How does that even make sense? So, send me your location. Right? Do a screen, fucking pin drop, whatever, and fucking send me the location so I know where the fuck you're at. Motherfucker sends me a location. Right? The cunt's at Wilberforce. Wilberforce. Like, Austral, Wilberforce. You know what I'm saying? Like, how the hell do you get from fucking, let's go to Austral, and then you end up at Wilberforce? When you leave Mount Druitt and you get to, let's say, all right, you come out of Mount Druitt, you go the wrong way. You got to go through Windsor first, right? So if you're going to Austral, when you get to Windsor, would you not think, this is Windsor, this is nowhere fucking near Austral. Maybe I should ring the boss and find out if I'm going to the right fucking place. Right? It was an hour and 40 minutes from Wilberforce back to fucking Austral.
Bro, bro, you'd send the guy home, man. You'd be like, bro,
And then he sent one more, which just explains basically that they ended up rocking up at like midday to finally start work, and they're basically finished work, bro. That's fucking crack up, man.
Fucking
bro,
I love the way. I love people who tell a story like that.
It's like a ranting story. It's like, how the fuck?
Because from his perspective, being like a boss where you're paying
That would be
these
so
cunts,
annoying,
he's just
bro.
paid him 4 hours to drive around and do nothing. Like, fuck.
You're your boss. You wouldn't believe what happened to me.
Fucking. Bro, much from. Shout out you, Phil, man. Uncle Phil, bro. He's a funny cunt.
Then I just said, because Joey was here and I knew he'd recently been overseas, I said, what was the weirdest experience you've had overseas? There's not many of these Instagram responses. Mum says in the US, seeing a guy sharpen a knife talking to himself on a street corner, rocking back and forth.
Fucking, yeah, fuck.
A lot of that in America.
Yeah,
Zexa says food poisoning. Yes, classic holiday classic. Callan, Aussie slang, says experienced my first earthquake in Bali while drunk off bintangs.
Ooh, that'd actually be scary.
Never experienced an earthquake. Hope I never do.
How do you know? Like, everyone just goes, oh.
They're just
and then it's
used to
over.
it, like,
It's only a couple of
keep drinking, like,
Tori says, went to Beijing and there was human shit in the restaurant at our hotel.
Wait, Tori.
Yeah,
Tori
Pemrose,
Bemrose.
yeah. She went to Beijing, yeah.
Oh, bro.
Human shit.
Yeah, that's dirty, bro.
Like a human turd.
She also told me there was one story at the toilets in the airport, right? Because they only have holes in the stalls. You have to, like, there's probably handles, I think. I might be fucking it up, but they have to squat, essentially. And because there's no, like, bowl, it's just a hole in the tiles around it. Apparently, she missed the hole, right? And she hit the tile, and here's the stall there, the wall. The shit went outside in the walkway, bro. And she's gone... and you know, like, it's a female in there, just dropped the deuce on the tile, bro. And, like, imagine hearing the slap as well, like...
That's fucked up. I'm sure she's not the first and not the last that's happened to.
Yeah.
Then I said, who makes the decisions in your relationship? We are equal, 12 votes. The man, 1 vote. The woman, 3 votes.
The woman.
I thought this question's so funny, right? Because all the women would be like... all the guys that go, it's equal, the girl's like...
It's cap.
Yeah,
it's not equal.
Okay, daddy, equal. Like, I don't know.
My missus definitely makes the decisions, but
Yeah.
it's because I'm very easygoing. I don't care that much about anything. I'm like,
Yeah.
whatever. Like, and then, but we're very, like, she takes what I say on board and everything. But, like, most of the time, I just don't fucking care that much.
I just don't like the term wear the pants. That grinds my gears, bro. Because, like, I'm a bit like you, DZ, where I'm like,
Like, whatever.
Go with the
I
flow.
make decisions when it comes to what to eat because Tori doesn't know whether she's Arthur or Martha when it comes to fucking what she wants to have, bro. So I'm like, I make that. But in terms of, like, a lot of other things, I'm just like, yeah, I'll just go with the flow. But sometimes I wish I was more, like...
Assertive.
Yeah,
hey,
because
can I
it is
be-
a good quality
me
to
too.
have to a certain extent. Like, it's not good being like a male and you're like, a bit iffy and I don't know what to do. You just
If
gotta be
you
like,
want
hey, I
to,
want
if
this.
you want to.
Then
Yeah.
sometimes I'll be like, yeah, I want this. And she'll be like, but I want this. I'm like, okay, what the fuck did I just say? You know what I mean? Like,
I feel that. Bro. What about you, man?
Definitely Chloe. Definitely. I try to be assertive and then it just fucking backfires. She tries to, like, she gets aggressive and shit. Like, guys, I'm telling you, if you get yourself a girlfriend who fights back, your life's very, very difficult. But it comes with great reward, but it's a lot harder than you think. I once starved myself for 2 days because I said, if you don't cook, I don't eat. And she said, all right.
You're stubborn. She didn't cook.
I was,
for 2 days?
2 days. 2 days. I lost like 4 kilos.
I can imagine you
And I was
doing
like,
that.
right, I'm going to have to
Only you.
compromise now.
You're crawling through the door.
Yeah.
I would have got up in the middle of the night, just had Mac, like drove to Macca's on the Dale, and then come back.
Sleep.
The woman should cook, man.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. But anyway.
Then I said, would you rather the weather be 35 degrees plus forever or under 10 degrees forever?
Oh my God.
And it's 52% to 48%, 11 votes 35 degrees plus, 10 votes for under 10 degrees.
Almost neck and neck.
Ooh.
I was half about to do the cold because 35
It's easier
plus, bro,
to, yeah, that's
you
too
can-
hot.
But, like,
it's easier to
cold,
warm up than to cool down.
Yeah.
I love winter better than summer. I'm easy under 10 degrees. The
I
clothes
do
are
that.
better.
Really? Yeah, the
fashion's
clothes are better.
Everything.
Really?
You'd rather be wearing cool jackets and pants and shit all the time than wearing fucking singlets and shorts.
Yeah, I changed my vote. I did 35 over, but fuck that, bro. You'd be sweating from every orifice of your body.
We'd all have, was it staph?
Staph.
So, well, if Joey changes his vote, it's actually 50-50. So that would bring it.
Mine's definitely there at 10. Because I didn't think that, there is a lot of good fashion in winter clothes as well.
Yeah, it's way
Fashion's
better.
a big thing.
But I just thought about waking up in the morning is so much harder when it's winter. Like, your bed's like, come here, bro. Don't leave. And you're like,
the tradies have it tough, man.
Like, I don't care what anyone says. In winter, I'm late to work almost every day because you just can't get up. You just don't want to get up.
I warm my car up for 5 minutes while I'm brushing my teeth. So the second last thing I do is go out. I let the car idle. I whack it on full heat on 3, and I put it up on the windshield so like the ice defrosts. And then by the time I brush my teeth, pack my lunch bag, I get back in there and it's like a little oven, bro. And then I do it to half.
Smart.
I do it to half of the thing, and then
I'm the cunt that's always late, so I'm running out there. I throw a bucket like a cup of water on the windshield. It makes it worse because it just clears it and then freezes again. Yeah. And then I've got a little tiny eye hole, and I'm driving down the fucking highway with this little eye hole, and I can't see it. Bro. It's so
like a pirate with his like telescope.
I was gonna say a pirate. Like
I'm late to the fucking yard.
Hey, I'm fucking cutting hooks here.
Bro, you know you're not supposed to throw water on it.
It could crack. Yeah. Don't some people boil the kettle and do it? Isn't that worse?
Yeah, it's way worse.
Because it's like you go from one extent to the other.
That's way worse. But yeah, I'm always running late, so I'm like running out there from
That's so funny when you said that eye hole because I've been there, bro.
Like it's fucked, bro.
The last one said, what is the most delicious meat? Beef,
cack,
pork, lamb, chicken. Beef 10 votes,
lamb.
Pork 0 votes, lamb 6 votes, chicken 4 votes. I'm not a big meat guy, but for me, it's definitely chicken.
You're not a big meat guy?
No.
Bro, lamb. But you know, I know a lot of people who don't eat pork just because it's a pig.
It's disgusting.
But pig's delicious.
Yeah, no, I don't like pork.
It is
bacon, hell yeah.
Bro.
So you don't like
yummy,
a big
yummy,
pork
goody,
knuckle?
gumdrops, bro?
Nah,
pork
not
knuckle
really.
or pork
No.
belly?
Right, pork belly.
I had this Vietnamese crispy pork belly roll. It was like had all the Vietnamese have those like spring onions and a bit of chili, fresh chili, and all this shit.
That's
all these
dope,
and then it has the pork belly, but little pieces in it. But you have the crackling as well. So when you have it, it's like I used to go to this the Colleton. You know the Colleton near McCann's old house. You know that Colleton. There's like a milk bar there. Asian guys. Fishing. It's always an Asian couple that owns this fucking.
It's always a fucking.
And then and they had the best. I used to go when I used to go to Mount Druitt TAFE. Every lunch used to go there, but they used to go, oh, you want a pork and gravy roll, bro? When they said pork and gravy, they meant only pork and gravy and a lot of pork, and they would fill that bad boy with gravy so much that it spills on the side.
Yeah.
And do you know that? Do you know that roll where you eat it and it's like so
Oozing,
messy because it's not
oozing,
oozy but like crunchy. It's like and the crumbs would just like get caught in my beard and I'll have a gravy all that. My
he's like a caveman.
Yeah, holy shit.
Bro,
Anyway.
well, what's your answer? Is it pork or beef?
Oh no! How funny after all that.
I knew it.
No, it's definitely beef, bro. Beef. Like, but I'm just saying, like that crackling, because you can't have too much of pork belly. You feel like a fat dog. Like if they give you a slap like this, it's no. You got to have like pork belly is like a small thing, very fat. Like fatty.
Lamb.
You're lamb. You love lamb.
Lamb's a good fatty.
I love
meat.
lamb, bro. I love lamb. It's so fucking nice and fucking juicy.
Well, we've got 3 different answers because I like chicken. It's very versatile, and I'm not a big meat guy. My missus is pescatarian. Don't really eat too much meat in the house, but chicken, I can't ever. I love fried chicken, man. Fried chicken, crunchy skin, fried chicken. That shit
Do
is
you
fucking
go off
poppin'.
over the wicked wings from KFC or no?
See, I'm not a big fan of KFC because for me the skin's always like soft and like it's never right. But when I do go to KFC, those wings, like the wings are the best part because they're always more crunchy than the fucking. You get the. I always like the drumstick too, but the skin's just never right,
yum,
man.
bro.
The skin, I don't mind KFC, but I don't eat it very often at all.
Okay.
Like I'm more of like a deep fried kind of like fucking at home or like a restaurant kind of southern fried. You know southern fried.
Yeah, where it's like the
crunchy.
crunchy.
Have you had Frangos?
Yeah, I've had Frangos.
No,
before.
but
it's not crunchy Frangos, is it?
It's the best. I didn't even know.
Frangos. Try the lamb at Frangos.
Bro,
You
how
like
good
lamb?
is it? Yeah, bro. I've had it. Oh,
You squeeze that lemon on it as well. I drink the juice. The leftover juices are in the tub. So I pour a bit of the juice in the rice. I get a rice and a salad, right?
Yeah.
And I pour a bit of the beef juice, the lamb juice, in the rice, the tomato rice. Then I pour the rest of the lamb in there, but I leave a little bit extra for later. And then I have that, and it's like the rice soaked up the juice.
Yeah.
But also at the end, I have my Coke, and I get the juice.
yeah.
Oh,
Fuck
so
yeah,
good.
bro.
Well, that's it, man.
I'm
Damn.
now salivating.
Well, that's, oh, yeah, now we're going to go
I'm about to rape a pig.
Well, before we say our goodbyes, right, I just wanted to say, boys, give yourselves a pat on the back. Fairy claps. Because it feels good that people are enjoying what we're fucking doing, man. It feels good.
Consistency is key.
It feels fucking good. I've got a small erectile penis right now. And it's just
Don't sell yourself short.
It's a good feeling that, like, especially with the speed pot. I didn't think so many cunts would fucking send things, man. Like, shout out to all you motherfuckers.
We'll keep that going too. So it's in our link trees. It's on I'll put it on the website.
Maybe
so,
though.
tripjaggermafia.com.
Sorry, keep going.
tripjaggermafia.com, friendlyfire.tjm on Instagram,
Apparel.
DZ_TJM. Hit our link tree. You'll see the speak pipe if you want to leave a message.
I think maybe what we should all do in the inbox, think of like one topic.
They all respond.
And maybe they all respond with their opinions. Maybe. I don't know. Each week we can just spice it up. Whatever.
We'll work it out.
We'll work it out.
I'll keep doing the Instagram polls.
Yeah.
I'll cut them down, do less of them, I think. We'll see how we go.
Do you reckon, and this is, don't need to decide now, but this is just an idea. It might actually be a shit idea, but it just sparked in my head, so I'm going to just say it now. Yay or nay or whatever. But like an advice little section.
I'd love to do that.
You know, but it's like you got to preface like, we are not therapists.
Our advice is terrible.
And it's also partly you want to give good advice, but you want to give like I want to be funny kind of as well, and just like be funny with it and like put a little funny spin on it. But obviously,
people need advice to be.
If people are bringing up like I'm severely depressed, it's like, oh fuck, I can't really. But it's like more of like any life situations you got.
If you just need some help,
lighthearted
opinions,
shit,
or
I don't know, maybe.
I fuck with that. I've been wanting to do that, but the thing I've been scared to do, like on Instagram polls and shit, to ask that sort of thing, is because people don't really have. I don't know if many people would, but maybe with SpeakPipe, they'd be more inclined to. But we'll see. We'll play with things, man. We got Joey on board. We got FriendlyFire here as always. Episode, what's this? 57?
57, man.
That cigar's getting like more prominent. I'm starting to hear like a choir chant, like.
Yeah, the opera in the back.
Yeah. And as it gets closer, it'll just be like an orchestra. Like,
and we're bringing the board back. Joey's already on there, but next guest who's come is not on
James.
there.
Jimmy.
Jimmy will sign.
We're getting
the board.
Jimmy 2 huge, man. I'm telling you, next Friday will be Jimmy 2 fucking
music's
Joe
coming,
Bangles.
all that shit's coming. Podcast, check the website, check the merch, check the Instagrams, man. Joey.K Electrical for your electrical needs.
That's it, brother.
Cheese. Thank you.
Yo.